Ladies and gentlemen, Garfield and friends.
We're ready to party! We're ready. I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
I'm scared. Come on in, come to the place where fun never ends. Come on in, it's time to party with Garfield and friends. Dancing,
Fiesta!
romancing,
Siesta!
samba,
La Bamba! Ay caramba! Disguises! Surprises! And pies of all sizes!
Come on in, come to the place where fun never ends. Come on in, it's time to party with Garfield and friends. Come on in, it's time to party with Garfield and friends. Garfield and friends.
And pay attention.
Garfield and friends.
And pay attention. There'll be a test at the end.
How is he still not ready? The chat, he said, okay guys, we'll be starting shortly. That doesn't look like starting shortly to me. Anyway, Ann could take some notes from me. I could take some notes from Ann. How to be a better streamer. Hello everybody. Hello. And welcome to another, Blindingus YouTube situation. I hope everyone's, having a good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. By popular demand, I'm here covering the Prestream. You may be aware of the disaster finale that happened yesterday. And if you're not, just know that he beat Tears of the Kingdom. And even though I didn't play it, it's a Nintendo game. And I like to hear him see about Nintendo. So I know I haven't done one of these in a while on the YouTube side. But I am rectifying that today. Courtesy of, like, one or two people who said I should restream the Prestream. But, let's call out the people. Big ups, Golem, Rummy, Duke Dem, Cerulean, UNFW. Oh my god, he's ready! Ziggy, D, Dominic, the one and only, Trashman, Minusab, Air, Bay Frosty, Crumbs, Hamilton, Face Shot, and anyone else? Alright, so he's got a lot to go over today. One, Tears of the Kingdom, the post finale wrap-up cope, Diatribe Book Report version 2. You had a day to sober up, and here's what you got to say. The Microsoft purchase, and what he's going to do Wednesday night with the night stream.
Of the long-standing RPGs that we've been playing for over a month, which has now freed up my schedule. On today's show, let's discuss the future of the night streams and what projects are going to be moving in to replace those long-standing RPGs.
How about we cancel the night streams forever?
An update on Street Fighter 6, and let's talk about the conclusion of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Only predictions existed on YouTube, and you guys say Twitch is worse. I could have had a prediction if there would be a cold open. There was. I got rid of Amiri in the overlay, sadly, because Amiri's arc is no longer relevant or interesting or funny. We replaced her with Ralph. I heard a click. What, did he pause it? Wow, is this gonna be the first of many pauses? Huh? I don't even understand how this works. So the audio is separate from the video? The music paused, but the video kept going. This is like a troll edit. How does this work? Maybe he muted the video, but the video kept playing.
Alrighty,
but he had. He muted the wrong source. He meant to mute himself.
On my lap. How is everyone today?
That doesn't make sense. He never mutes himself.
Well, welcome to the show. Today is Tuesday, July 11th,
sorry, Peaches, I'm thinking too hard about it. Hey, what's up, Assassin?
I coughed in time to the beat, did I? I tried to mute my cough, and I think I muted the music by accident.
Thought that was you on it. I don't have a soundboard.
That's what happens when you have a silly.
I'm not destitute, guys.
Jasper.
Hello, kitty.
Kitty.
It's not Monday. You get out of here.
Like this. He'll talk to me all day long, but then as soon as he's on camera, clams up.
I'm ready.
Anyway.
Whoa, it's Grandfather Nurgle.
Welcome to the show, everyone.
Scared the shit out of me. I forgot I added alerts to YouTube.
All right, and here's why.
Hey, what's up, Nurgle?
It is official that we have now completed not one, but 2
Look at how hyped
of the
he is.
long-running playthroughs that
Cocky
I've been
clown
doing here on
mode
the channel
already.
as
I'm
of last
so
night.
excited for
and
this.
because
You
of that,
guys
we
don't
now
even know.
have options. This is what people have been asking for the last month. They said, when
We
are you
need to
gonna
clear up
finish
the
these
schedule before
long-running
Pikmin in
RPGs? You're
about
playing
10
way too many
days,
RPGs
literally.
at once.
So let's add
we want
2 more
variety on the
playthroughs.
streams. We want more kinds of content. And when will you get to it? There have been people waiting for various different kinds of content related to
I
Street
did
Fighter 6
everything in the game
we
that I
just never
wanted
got
to do. Come on,
because I've
come
been
on.
too
That
busy
sounds
juggling
normal
3
within
RPGs.
context, doesn't it?
Along that
That's
line,
how
there's been
normal
other
people
games
complete
as well
games.
that people have wanted that we haven't gotten to because
4
I'm
will
just
not
too
be
busy with
mentioned.
all these night streams.
Nothing else is
So,
coming out, Peaches.
The
What?
good news is
It's the big July game.
we are done. Both Diablo 4 as well as Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Zelda actually completing a little early. I thought that I was going to need Wednesday night
here's the
stream to
recap.
beat Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
No, that
but
was
once
wrong.
again, much like what happened with Diablo 4,
You guys fucking lied to
people
me.
kept saying, "Oh my God, you have no idea what you're in store for, Phil. The end of Tears of the Kingdom is very challenging. It's going to kick your ass. You're going to rage. It's going to take you a million tries."
So when people tell him that, hey Phil, you're close to beating the game today, if you keep at it, you're close to finishing it. They get it. He gets it into his head that it's the probable conclusion, and then he doesn't beat it. Then he berates the chat, berates the audience, his dense viewer base. His dented viewer base. He tells them, "You guys told me I was gonna beat this today." So now they go on the other extreme and they start telling, "Well, actually, Phil, you have this ahead, this ahead, this ahead. It doesn't look like you're gonna beat it." Then by some stroke of miraculous fucking bullshit hand-holdy luck, he does beat it. So he's like, "Oh, you guys said I had much more to do than that."
And it took me.
Just don't
an
even
hour.
tell him how much
It
longer
wasn't a
he's
big
got
deal
in the
at
game.
all.
It wasn't
really
a big
wasn't.
deal.
And I didn't even really have any. We'll talk about
I didn't
this.
even really
I didn't
rage.
have any of
I
the
didn't
things
even really
needed
rage.
to prepare to beat the end of the game, and I beat it
The
anyway.
flex.
Um,
I didn't have any armor.
so
I
take that
didn't do
as
the
you will.
horse
Either
stable
I guess
shit.
I'm good at these kind of games because I've been playing difficult games for the last 15 years, or maybe people just tend to over-exaggerate because they want you to think that you need to play 50 hours of optional content that's totally not
It was
necessary to beat this game. One or the other, right? I guess we'll figure it out. But anyway,
Ridiculous.
because I beat Zelda last night,
Such
we
a
now have freedom. Because that means I have literally nothing
such a
committed to the
weightless
late night
flex.
stream. Nothing
Like
at all.
you were a
We have,
handheld the
ideas, and actually I have
whole
3
way.
distinct
I don't
ideas
care
for
if you
late
didn't
night streams
upgrade
that I would like to
anything.
go over
You
with
were
all of
told
you today
where to
on the
go,
show.
what to
So for those of
do,
you who are
and
here
when to do
live,
it.
congrats.
And how to
Because
do
we're
it.
going to have a live discussion about this, and you're going to have direct, feedback and input into it. If
Hey,
you're
Seth.
watching this on demand after the fact, I urge you today, exercise your right to voice
What?
your opinion.
Am I being
Leave a
sent to
comment on this
Gulag?
podcast on YouTube and let me know what it is you want to see for the night streams
I wanna
moving
see you
forward in the
stop
month of
streaming
July.
forever.
Because I'm literally going to take your feedback as a vote, as this is what you would like, okay? And so I'm going to try to see, is there a consensus? Is there, in general, something that people really want? But I have 3 ideas that I think are the 3 best ideas for right now. We're going to start talking about those on the show today. Now, obviously, I've beaten Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and I would like to give my final thoughts on the game after a 50-plus hour playthrough.
This is the part I was waiting on.
So I will today, but I'm not going to go crazy into it with extreme detail. I've talked about Zelda multiple times on this podcast over the last 2 months.
I'll hold
I
you
don't
to
feel
that.
Like I need to go into insane amounts of detail again, but I will try to very briefly summarize my thoughts. And by the way, they're mostly good. Idiotic people on the internet who always want to try to take me out of context or make me look like I hate
fucking
something that I don't. I
TikTokers.
actually liked Tears of the
Put
Kingdom. I never
Amiri
would've
on
played it
blast
as long
again.
as
I
did
wanna
too,
hear
but I
it.
didn't. So we'll talk about that.
Hello, noted,
And also,
popular
something else.
Twitch partner.
Someone
and
wants to make
1337.
some YouTube shorts for DSP React, but they're
Archimedes?
curious,
Who?
what is it
What?
that you, the audience, would like to see as YouTube shorts over there? And what we're going to actually do is talk about some options and maybe even put up a poll on the community
what's up,
page
Lane?
of DSP Reacts that people will vote for.
Yeah, if he plays
to see what
Amnesia,
kind of
that
YouTube
shit's not
shorts
gonna
would you
last
like
long.
to see on DSP
It's like a
Reacts,
2-hour
okay?
game or something.
Now, speaking of YouTube shorts, before we even get to any of today's topics, you might be wondering, gee, Phil, I wonder, why have you not been doing any YouTube shorts for DSP Gaming recently?
Because
right?
the guy who
haven't
makes them
noticed,
for you
I think
hasn't
the
been
last
making
month
any.
I did 2.
You
If that.
did too.
And one of them was my initial thoughts on Final Fantasy 16,
You.
which was what, 2-3
I like
weeks
the
ago.
you.
So
You.
there's good reason for this, and the reason is as follows: when I'm juggling Street Fighter 6 and 3 RPGs, there's really not that much to highlight. And what I mean by that is, what am I going to highlight in an RPG? One silly moment where I died or something? Okay, great.
The
it's
bomb
not
would have
that
been a
big of
great
deal.
short.
What am I going to
Too
highlight
bad
in Street
TikTok
Fighter
thought of
6?
that first.
A combo?
What?
A moment of rage? I mean, I
mean-
get angry at Street Fighter 6 all the time, but it's not
Yeah.
necessarily something that's like crazy highlightable.
Yeah, that would be something to clip.
You know, we're not doing narrative-based playthroughs where there's something
don't
funny
get it,
to
man.
react to. You know, some of the best shorts that I've done this year were playthroughs like
We didn't win
Oblivion,
last night. This
where
would be a
something
Zelda rant
ridiculous
segment,
happened,
absolutely.
and we could
Like I
highlight
said
that,
last
and it was
night,
really funny to watch. But nothing
all
like
those
that's really
attempts
been
before
happening
the
in any of
actual
playthroughs
successful attempt
recently.
he
In
got
fact,
gaslit into doing,
maybe
those
you
were
wanna argue. A lot of
fake,
people have been
failed
saying, oh, well,
attempts
June, if you didn't like
to
Street Fighter 6
prop
was
up
kinda
the
boring.
argument, the rant
You're
today.
kind of right, because both in Zelda and
Help him get his
Diablo, and
thoughts
then in
together.
Final Fantasy, it's not like there was
And now
so
that he's
much
actually beaten the
interesting stuff
game, he's
going on
kind of
in these
sobered
games,
up.
quite frankly.
He's just gonna
It
give
almost
it like
felt
a
kinda going
sober
through the
burial.
motions in a lot of cases.
Hey, goes MC.
With these kind of RPGs. So if there's nothing really
Green
crazy
Lobster.
going on, what is there to highlight?
Yeah, they
Now,
were
if you
begging
guys
me.
have,
You guys were begging me for a YouTube.
you know, suggestions of things you would like to see highlighted as a YouTube
Hopefully I
short,
don't
by
crash.
all means,
I've been up all
let me
morning,
know. I'd love to hear your thoughts, but I just haven't really seen much that was really highlightable because we weren't really playing anything that kind of, I don't know, really
What's
fed
a
into
game
YouTube
that should
shorts
be
in my opinion.
highlighted?
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys
Like,
think that there
what
was
is-
a lot and I skipped it. I don't know. Let me know your
You can
thoughts.
clip any
but
kind of
in
match
general,
from a
I just
fighting
didn't see
game.
that much to
You
really
can clip a funny
highlight in the month
cutscene
of
or you
June,
dying
now
in
even early
Zelda.
July. But maybe
People
that will
did that.
change.
They went
Because
viral.
we're about
They
to do
went
some interesting
virally
different things.
popular.
We'll talk about
Like, what
that
is
today,
his
okay?
ideal clip?
Anyway, let's begin at the beginning, shall we? So, last night, I played Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And
The real answer is that the guy
I
who makes
was in the
clips for
final
him isn't
dungeon
making
of
them
the
right
game.
now.
The fifth, they call it the fifth temple. Temple of this.
This is a weird explanation.
The Sage of Spirit or something, which they never even explain what that is. It's really weird because
The
all the
Sage
other
of
sages in the
Spirit.
game have an element. The Sage of Wind, the Sage of Fire, the Sage of Lightning,
Spirit
right?
Temple?
and then
The
the
Spirit
Sage of
Temple
Spirit.
in
The hell is
Ocarina?
that? That's like
Spirit?
Kwame's ability in freaking Captain Planet. It's terrible. Heart?
ghost
Who
type?
wants that?
Ghost
It doesn't
type
even do
Pokemon?
anything. It's a mech. I'm not even kidding you. The person has a freaking mech they drive
A
around.
person. She's a goat lady.
Spirit, right. Shows that Nintendo didn't even know what it was.
It's not like they didn't pull it out their
So anyway,
ass. The Spirit Temple's got precedent.
Actually, it wasn't Kwame, was it?
It's probably existed
No, it was
since Link to the Past,
Mati.
actually.
It was Mati who had the power of heart in
Can't even remember
Captain
your
Planet.
shit right
I got
for
my,
your
I got my
lame-ass
Planeteers
comparison.
crossed. Now I'm embarrassed. You know, I'm a kid of the 80s and 90s. How dare I get my Planeteers crossed? Anyway, no one cares. Let's continue. So, last night, I resumed with my playthrough of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom in the middle of this
That
final
cocky
temple.
clown.
And there were two more
The double
major
C.
puzzles to complete.
He loves this.
To get
He loves
robot
this.
parts to build a mech.
He's
And
gonna-
quite
the
honestly,
game's
these
about to be
puzzles weren't that hard at
destroyed.
all. They were actually quite simple. And we build the mech. And then the game was like,
You see
okay,
King
well, now what you
DDD
need to do
put out a
is
design don't play
walk
for Tears, and it cut off.
across
So does it show the
depths
end where Phil
to
finishes
this
the
point
game?
out there in the depths on a map.
What?
And that's where the end
That
of
was
kind
on
of the end of the
purpose.
dungeon.
That was on
is.
purpose because
Okay,
Phil said the
so
trolls
we
weren't
did
going to
that,
show
and what's
him.
funny
They
is
weren't going to show
they
the
put a
triumph.
ridiculous
They
amount
weren't
of
going to show
enemies
him beating
between
the
you
boss.
and this point you're supposed to go to. And they put these checkpoints
Homology did that
where
too.
there's all these like
These
weapon
trolls, they don't
pieces
show
that
the
you can put
triumph.
on the
They
mech
don't
as
show-
it
they don't
walks
show
with
me
you,
prevailing.
And you can either have the mech
Because they're
attack by
sick.
itself, or you
They're
can
sick in
control
the head.
mech
They're
and actually
mentally
fight in
ill.
combat.
They're mentally
the thing
unwell.
is, just like with Link, when you put these parts on the mech and you use it, the parts break. So immediately you're like, this is tedious. Why did they do it this way? Why not have it be fun? You know, everyone complains about the destructible and degradable weapons in the game. Why not have a part of the game where it's not like that, where it's a little different for variety, so you can feel like you have some power.
That was
and you don't feel
variety.
weak,
You
like
were
things can
controlling
break
a
at moment's
giant
notice.
robot.
Nintendo
Name a Zelda
says,
game
no,
where you
we
did
can't
that.
do that. We've got to use our tried and true annoying formula to piss you off. So immediately after fighting one mob of enemies and your weapons are breaking, you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I said, fuck it, and I just beelined it all the way to the waypoint and ignored everything. I skipped every enemy. I skipped all the checkpoints.
We need
for the mech.
unique-
You don't need
unique
them.
variety
You literally
is when-
don't need the checkpoints. They're completely extra, have nothing to do
I don't
with
even
anything,
know.
and they
Unique
don't add
variety
anything.
is when the
It's just
weapons
extra
don't break,
content,
'cause-
extra combat you don't ever need to do.
How is that
just
different,
busy
though?
stuff
I
to
don't
make
even
the
know.
game longer, basically.
Busy
So I said,
work.
screw it, and I ran all the way to the final checkpoint, which is the temple. I strapped a rocket on the back of the mech. I launched it up a stairwell, and we fought the boss of the dungeon. Now, here's the hilarious part about
He never
this,
fucking
okay?
fuses. Never fused,
This
rather.
is... Well, okay, I won't spoil yet, but
Aztecs.
basically everyone's warning me. They're like, oh, this is gonna be good. Phil's got to fight this boss. This boss is rage-inducing. This boss is one of the most annoying in the game, and we can't wait to see Phil fight it because he's going to lose and lose and lose and have to keep retrying.
Pretty sure
and we're gonna
people in
be
my
here
chat
for
were
like an
telling me
hour.
that it was the
It took
weakest
me
boss
5
in the
minutes.
game.
One shot. Easiest boss
Hey,
in
Biscuit.
the effing game. Do you want to know why? because I didn't waste my time doing the boring shit getting there. I just beelined it. So here's what happened.
I didn't waste
This
my
boss,
fucking
basically what happens is
time
you're
like the
back,
game liked to do all the
gets
way up to this fucking
into
point.
a ring, like a wrestling ring almost, or a boxing ring. And you have to have a one-on-one fight with another mech, okay? Now you have to use
Sad how he
weapons that
didn't
are
make
available,
the
but the only
comparison to
weapons they put in
arms.
the ring
Even
for
he doesn't
you
remember that
are
game.
these spikes that are punching, like punching like a boxing match. But because I didn't waste time
How
fighting
does
a million
wasting
generic
time
enemies that didn't need to be
correlate?
fought and added nothing to the game but only padded it, I had a torch on my right hand, okay?
How did that how did
And the
skipping
torch
the
on
enemies?
my right hand lights the boss on fire. So literally all you need to do is walk up,
He
light it on
kept the
fire. Now it's
torch because
stunned,
he
punch,
skipped
punch,
all the
punch, It hits
enemies?
the ropes, takes damage. It jumps, light it on fire, punch, punch, punch. It hits the ropes. That's the whole boss fight. It took me one shot, 5 minutes. It was the easiest boss fight in the game for me by far. Like, super simplistic. And everyone's like, oh, so actually if you skip the generic padding shit that Nintendo puts into this part of the game, it benefits you. Yeah, just like it does the rest of the game, which is the point I've been making for the entirety of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Nintendo purposefully padded the game to make it seem like one of their longest, most robust, most filled, chock full of content
Flavorful?
games ever made, but half the content is completely superfluous and actually makes the game worse. Sorry, it does. It's called blow. The word I've been using
Fucking
the
mom is
entire
blow.
playthrough.
Bloviating
It's blow.
hog.
If you skip the bloat and you just get to the good parts, the game's very good. But the bloat that's in there makes the game
was
feel
so good, he had to
hefty
talk
and
over all the
tedious and arduous.
cutscenes.
And if I had actually done it as Nintendo had intended and did
Nintendo,
all the boring
Miyamoto
fighting,
himself.
I would have not had the blowtorch.
And Aonuma.
In which case, I would have not been able to beat the boss like that, and it would have been an annoying ass boss fight like apparently it was for most people. But because I said fuck that
Because
nonsense,
I used
I'm
my
skipping your
fucking
boring
brain.
bullshit, and I went
It
right
was
to the
fun.
boss, I easily kicked its ass. I guarantee you now people are gonna do that. Now that they've seen that, they're gonna say, "Oh fuck that!" Every time I play this game, I'm not wasting time in the underground.
They're gonna
I'm
take
going
Phil-
right to
the
boss and
Phil
fighting him with
strat. They're gonna name it after him.
because it beats him right
They're
away.
gonna name this
What a waste of
optimized
time.
route after him.
Seriously, like I'm sorry. There's great parts in this game. That was 100% evidence
Hey,
of how
Breath of
Nintendo
Music.
bloated their game, and it actually is detrimental to the overall experience and the enjoyment factor.
They're gonna use Phil's route and AGDQ.
After I beat that boss, we headed into the end game. Now, the thing is, from what I'm to understand, okay,
Ah, yes, the
there's
Dave
two
Bennett
ways
skip.
to get into the actual
Why
end
do
of
we
the game.
keep doing that with the
Option
hair,
number
man?
one is to do an insanely long, time-consuming quest in the depths. Because once you've completed everything with the 5 sages and you've gotten the Master Sword, which I already had, the game tells you, go talk to, what's her name, Joshua or whatever? Because she has the quest for the underground, the depths. And you have to do all this exploration in the depths, essentially. You have to follow all these statues down there to go to these various little
Guess
like,
what? It's
temples. And guess what it
100%
is,
optional.
is there's that
Nintendo bloated
Yiga
the
clan
game, and you
that
didn't
was
have
a
to
major
do it.
part of Breath of the Wild. And they're in this game as well,
And
but they're
I-
all
I would
underground.
100%
so they have
skip
all
it.
these
I
bases
didn't
and
have
things
to do
down
it.
there. You have to take over. You have to fight the head of the
Hey,
Yiga
Nurgle, thank you
multiple
for the
times.
sub
I guess
earlier.
there is like one final optional boss fight against the head of the Yiga or whatever.
still don't
And it
understand
takes
the
a long
PS2
time to
game
get through that quest
comparison.
line. People were telling me it's lengthy. Like if you
Tevin
do it
was
all, it's
playing,
like dozens of
this
hours,
is how
maybe
you
a
don't
dozen
play
hours
with him,
extra
playing
to your
PS2
playthrough
games
to
last
explore
night.
all these depths and do
Him
all these
failing in
optional
Kingdom
bases
Hearts
or
2,
whatever.
an actual PS2 game.
And at the end of that, all right, at the end of all of that, it will lead you to where Ganon is in the depths. Okay? So if you do it the way, again, the game intends, you waste like 15 hours of your life. And I hate to say it, because that's exactly what it is. It's a waste. Do you actually get anything significant for doing it? No. No. Maybe you'll get enough pose, and you'll do the quest line to get the underground armor that's gloom resistant, right? But in reality, no. You're not going to get anything significant. You're going to get a little bit extra story as you fight the Yiga clan or whatever. But it's padding. It's filler. It's to make the game longer. If you use your common sense,
Hey, what's up, Spanky Joe?
and you say, where would Ganon be? Well, gee, when we started the game, Link and Zelda were going down a
this shit
staircase
again.
under Hyrule Castle.
Where he pretends
They
like he
found
knew
this
where
room full
Ganon
of murals.
was.
They found Ganon, and inadvertently Ganon gets released, right? Jasper Kitty loves to crawl on my lap now during these podcasts.
Can you not get
Silly guy.
distracted and act like kind of at least
And,
act like you give a fuck about what you're
So
talking
yeah,
about?
if
I
you
got what
use
your name's.
common sense, you say, well, where would
Yeah,
he
you like
be?
the- you
he
like
was
the
under the
charades he's
castle when the
putting on
game
here?
started. So guess where he is? He's under the fucking floating castle.
Where'd you think he'd be?
What do you think he did? He moved? He went and bought a condo or something? You know, he went to a high-rise? No, he's still under the castle. So all you got to do is go under the castle,
kind of like he
and
did
once
in
you fall all
Ocarina.
the way down there, which is the deepest part of the depths, there's a big cave system you have to go in. By the way, it's annoying. You have to go through all these different caves, and there's a bunch of gloom-style enemies or whatever. You have to get past them. And there's, essentially...
Just get me to the final boss again.
A big chunk of stuff you have to do to finally get to the Ganon area of the game. And the game really, really wants you to experience this as like this was the home stretch and the final gauntlet, because it really is a gauntlet to beat Zelda.
That's
Tears
why
of the
people
Kingdom.
told you it
There's
was.
a part where you have to fight 4 different waves of enemies from the game.
Emailed
now, the
you
good
about
news
this.
is all of the stages are with
probably.
you, so they're all using their abilities, and it doesn't become.
You knew about this in advance.
I feel like it actually
That's why
felt
you knew you had like
now,
2
I know some people
streams
might say,
left.
well, it felt tedious because there's a
But
lot
as
of
soon as
enemies.
it looked
But
like
it's kind
you
of
could
the
beat the final
culmination of all the
boss,
combat of the game. You got a whole team of
wanted to
people
rush
with you,
through
and
it
if you're
and
using
beat it
all
to
the
the-
abilities of
that
them,
night.
and if you're using the mech, which I used, it's actually not bad at all. The mech is very useful in this part, where you can just keep pushing them back
People
and
told
beating
me
them
it
up
was useless.
and get your energy back. And if you do it right, and which I did, I one-shotted
Ganon
it.
taking
A lot of people
over the
said that's one of
castle,
harder
say it
parts of the
isn't
game, and
so.
I one-shotted the gauntlets of enemies.
Jade's here.
And once you
Not
beat
by
them,
us,
then you get a
Dad.
checkpoint, and then you actually get to the final Ganon boss fight. The final Ganon boss fight, again, is a gauntlet. Okay, a complete crazy
What
gauntlet.
does he want? Like what did he
4
want?
phases.
Like
all right.
if they gave
And in
Ganondorf
reality,
one phase,
the Ganon boss fight is not difficult.
Zelda fans
It's a
wouldn't
puzzle,
hear, you wouldn't
like
hear
all
the end of it
Nintendo
from
games,
them.
right? And many Zelda games. The final fight is not really a culmination of all the skills of the game. It's just a puzzle
it
you have to
is.
figure
It's
out.
Glory Rush.
And once you figure it out, it's pretty easy to beat. But of course, the first time you fight them, you're not going to know that. When you get to phase 2 for the first time, you're not going to know what the puzzle is. So you have to figure out
Glory
the puzzle
Rush,
slowly.
Bloom Resistance.
And in the game's defense, thank goodness there's a checkpoint
Fighting
right
the
before
clones,
the
which you
boss
already
fight. Can
do
you
in
imagine
the
if you had to do that
Phantom Ganon
gauntlet of
fight?
enemies again before you fought Ganon?
Fighting the
That would
demon
be
dragon
ridiculous,
and
but
using
they
the
put a checkpoint
paraglider. This
right
isn't a
before the boss, which
culmination
was
of the
very
game's
good.
concepts and mechanics up to that point.
Without too many spoilers,
He's
'cause I don't
right.
really
Every
want to
Nintendo
spoil
final
the
boss is
final
kinda
boss
like
fight, 'cause
that.
It's pretty darn epic in my
Doesn't matter
opinion.
which franchise
The
it
one
is.
thing that Nintendo did once again, this is the only reason they did it. Okay? The only reason they did it was to annoy you and make the game more time consuming. When Ganon hits you, he inflicts you with gloom. Meaning every time that he hits you and you get your hearts reduced, you can't heal the hearts anymore. So if you don't go into this fight with gloom restoration
Almost
items,
like that pose armor
food
was
that
actually
has
quite
the ability
useful.
to heal hearts affected by gloom, you can't win the boss fight unless you do it absolutely perfectly and don't get hit, which no one's gonna do unless they're a
It
perfectionist.
took like
who
4 or 5
practice the shit out of the
tries.
final
What
fight,
an
right?
arc we're
So,
making out of this.
You know, for a
Was it
first-time
really
person
that bad
going into
for
this
him?
fight,
I mean,
if I didn't go in there with gloom
a
items, I
baby.
never would have beaten it. And I think I went in with 3. So the good news is I went in with so many that I was able to fully restore my hearts 3 times, and I actually was able
He ended
to
up
do it.
mastering the
But if I
first
went in there with,
phase
like,
and doing it
1 or
without
2,
getting
I never would
hit.
have beaten it. And that's, I mean, what the hell? Let's just make the end of the game, the final boss, so
He
annoying.
had enough items by
It's not
phase
bad
2.
enough that
As
you have
soon
to
as
do a
he did the
gauntlet of
first
enemies, then
phase
you have to
without
fight
getting
4
hit, I
phases.
knew that was gonna
But
be the
also, let's
run.
make it you can't heal.
Hey, Frogga.
It's just like, hey,
Hello, sir.
we want you to play our game,
Yes.
but while you're playing our game,
the
we're going
Frogga
to be
standard
holding the
for today,
controller
I
and
think.
slightly moving it to the left the entire time you're trying to play. Oh, by the way, we're going to be tickling your ear with a feather. We're going to raise the ambient temperature in your room by 45 degrees so you're sweating profusely, and we're going to have someone screaming in your ear, "Nah, nah, 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 nah." Are you having fun yet? Because that's the ending of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. But it's
Extraneous
challenge,
factors
right?
that have nothing to
Like,
do with the
this
game
is what
ruin the
gets me
final
about it,
boss
like,
for
how do
you.
they not understand that? Okay, 1 thing is challenge, 2 things is difficulty, 3 things is
Execute
annoyance,
cloud
and like
mode.
4 things is like fuck you. Why are you doing this? It's difficulty for the sake of annoying you, so that you have to spend more time.
Ganon always has
going
whack
back
fights,
and
so I'm glad they
re-preparing
gave
for
him
the
one
boss
that was
fight. And in
actually
fact,
kind of difficult.
That's why people were warning me the whole game. They said, do the plot line, the optional plot line, where you have the ability to put down waypoints
so,
that you can
okay,
fast
there's a-
travel to,
there's a reason
because you're
people
gonna
were
wanna
telling
have
you
a
about
fast travel
shit.
point right outside
So when they tell
of
you about how
Ganon's
long
room,
the game is
because
and
we
you
guarantee you're
debunk
not
them,
gonna
they're
beat it,
stupid.
and
But
then
when
you're
they
gonna
tell
have
you
to
about
leave and
insta
probably
fast
prepare
travel
more,
wherever you
level up
want to
more, get
go,
more
that's
armor,
like
get more healing.
worthwhile.
Guess what?
Whatever.
Didn't need to do that. I beat it. So all that bullshit, everyone was so worried.
They were trying
that
to
because
help
I didn't
you
grind
out.
for 50 additional hours and I wasn't going to be able to beat the game, that I needed this. Didn't need it at all. All bullshit. All right? What it is people, sadly, feed into this line of
I hate everything so
oh,
much. Like, you handhold them,
you know,
get
everything
shit
in this
on.
game must
You
be
don't
good 'cause it's a
handhold,
Nintendo game.
you
Everything
get
in this
shit
game
on.
must be meaningful. It's
You
not.
tell him how short
all
the
right?
game
And
is.
again, if
He
like
doesn't
Zelda
beat it
and
that
you wanna
night. You get
immerse
shit on.
yourself in the
You
world of
tell him how
Zelda,
long the game
go
is.
for it.
He gets lucky and
Well,
beats it
understand that's
early.
not
You
for
get shit
everyone.
on.
Some people want to play the game, enjoy it, but don't have 100 hours to spend on it. And in Nintendo's defense, you could do that. I played this game for 50 hours. Here's what I really enjoyed.
I did everything I wanted to
open
do
world
with the game.
exploration aspect and
No,
the
you
wonder
didn't.
and discovery of
Check
going
that
to
hero's
these
path.
geoglyphs
Pull up
and
that hero's
finding the
path.
story cutscenes.
Compare that shit to
I liked
Peaches'
all
hero's
of the
path.
4 major dungeons. Honestly,
Pull
I don't
up the
consider
game.
the 5th temple a dungeon.
Ragnarok.
It really wasn't. It was 4 puzzles and a silly boss fight that actually sucked. So I think the 4 major dungeons were good. I thought the 5th one was terrible, but I actually don't think that that really applies. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't really a dungeon.
It doesn't really count.
The ending, I mean, it's passable. It wasn't my favorite Zelda ending, but it actually wasn't my most hated either. I actually think that Skyward Sword's ending is much worse. I actually think that this game's ending is pretty decent, especially when it comes to, you know, the feeling like you overcame
Skyward
great
Sword's
evil,
ending?
and you get some cool cutscenes at the end and everything. I was making fun of it like I always do, but I
Ah,
had a good
yeah.
time with it,
Oh, yeah, I
you
was
know?
having
I think
fun.
actually Skyward Sword might be one of the worst of all the Zelda games. The ending was really shitty. Not explaining much, and the final boss kind of sucked too. So I actually think that the ending of this game
See, he
was
had
not
fun,
that bad at
guys. He
all.
was just acting
But what
last
I find
night.
hilarious is
He was just
people
acting along,
telling
playing
me
along, clowning
my playthrough
around.
sucked and my playthrough was invalid when I skipped all the side content when you don't need any of it. Did I not prove that last night? I literally completed the 5th and final dungeon, no problem. I went to Ganon. I got through all of it. I beat the gauntlet of
kinda
enemies
wish he
first
didn't
shot
beat it
with
last
only,
night
what was it,
now.
14, 15 hearts. People were like, you need 20, 30, 40 hearts. I had 15. Eat it.
This is what
right
I
through
get.
it. Then you get to Ganon. The
'Cause
only
now we gotta
reason
deal
Ganon's
with
tough
this.
is because
We're
he's
gonna
a
deal with
puzzle,
this for the
and
next
because
couple of
he has
months,
gloom damage.
and then
That's
January
it.
when
If
he does the
wasn't a
top
puzzle
10
boss
list.
and it was based on combat and mechanics, like it was, it would
Yeah, I
have been
knew this
easy,
was
but it
coming.
wasn't. It was more puzzle. You didn't know exactly what to do in each phase. And then the gloom damage is
But what would
nonsense.
the
but
what
I
would
went
the
in there with some
opposite?
gloom
What would
healing
the
items, and after
alternative
4
be?
attempts, I think
Him
that's what it took me, 4 attempts,
complaining
I beat
that
it.
the
So it
boss
took
is
me, like I said,
wasting
about
his
an hour to
time
beat the end of
had
the
he
game.
not beat
That's
it
no big
last
deal.
night?
That should be typical for like a Zelda.
Then
game. About
instead
an
we
hour
get
to
this
do the final
cocky
fight or whatever.
motherfucker.
That's fine. So
Go back to
where
Elden
exactly
Ring.
did I have to fucking do any of the stuff that everyone gave me shit for? Right? I know the whole story of the game. I understand it, right?
Did
I
you?
did all the necessary
Did you?
important stuff.
Did you
I got the
really?
Master Sword
You
and
didn't
all that.
understand Ganondorf
And I didn't
needing the
do
Secret
40
Stone?
hours of nonsense. Which
Why does he
didn't
need the
to be
Secret
done.
Stone? He's got the
I mean, it's
Triforce.
nice, again, if you're a
Wait,
Zelda
Triforce? That's
completionist
not
and
in
you
the
love the
game.
lore
What?
of Zelda and you wanted the ultimate Zelda game with 5 zillion hours of extra content, go for it.
Did
I'm not
everything in
here to tell
Skyrim,
you
by
you're
the way.
doing it wrong.
Everything in
Enjoy.
Oblivion.
But for people who told me my playthrough sucked because I skipped the content,
No, I think
fuck
your
off.
playthrough sucks because
I
your
didn't mean
gameplay
to.
sucks.
Everything you told me was wrong. Oh, you'll never beat the end of the game. You didn't get the gloom armor. You didn't level up enough hearts. You don't have the right
Those were
weapons.
your
You don't
dents
have enough
watching out
healing
for
items.
you because
need to
they
get the
didn't want you to
checkpoint
waste your
outside
time.
of the Ganon room. None of that was correct. Every single tip there was wrong.
They told him to get the insta warp in the event that he dies in the final boss and it kicks him back to Lookout Landing or wherever the fuck they call it. Because if he didn't have it, we would get a rant the next day about how Nintendo is stupid. So they're looking out for him in the event that something like that might happen. Those aren't his haters. Those are his regarded dents. His retarded dents. His retarded dents in his chat trying to help him out. And this is what you get. This is your reward. You get shit talked. You get talked down to. You get treated as if you didn't have any hope. You didn't have any faith in him.
I went right to it and beat it.
That's why you shouldn't
so the
help
hell
him.
are you talking about?
What do you get
At
for
this
it?
point, it's
Nothing.
time to stop with the bullshit and understand that
You get
these games
treated like
are
you were
probably
among the
designed in a
trolls
way
the whole
that
time.
someone can play them however they want, and that's fine. If you want to spend 100 hours on Zelda, if you want to spend 200 hours on Zelda, good for you. But if you're someone who just wants to do the streamlined stuff and play it
The
for 40,
streamlined
50
stuff.
hours,
Normal
good for you
person
too.
playthrough.
I think that's
Sane-
actually part of the beauty of this
sane
game.
person
But sadly,
playthrough.
this is
Say
where
it.
the Nintendo fanboys interject themselves and make it a miserable experience for those who don't play it the way they want. Grow up. Not everyone's going to play a game the way you want. And everyone should be able to play the games and enjoy them the way that they want. Especially someone like me who I have to balance this game with other stuff. If this was the only game I was playing for 2-3 weeks, sure, let me immerse myself in the world, and I would have probably went back to the Lost Woods and talked to the Deku Tree and did his quest, and I would have done the quest where you get the Gloom armor set, and I would have done other quests that I'm sure I skipped. You know, there's the legendary dragon. Dude, I didn't need to land on a single dragon besides the one to get the Master Sword, right? All the other dragons were a complete waste of time. They do nothing. They're in there just for fluff. They literally, you don't need them for a damn thing. They're just in there like, ooh, dragon, pretty, flying in the sky. You don't need the items.
Don't need them to beat the game.
It's absolutely pretty ridiculous. How much
go.
shit people gave me for my playthrough of this game, including the TikToker morons, right?
The TikToker
when
morons.
they were all wrong.
Call her
Literally
out.
all the
Call
cases
her out
people
by
made
name.
against my playthrough
That
were
fat
incorrect.
Canadian
At the
cunt.
end of the day, I was able to go through and beat it like any other game, and
Maybe I
it
should
wasn't
put
a
her
big
back
deal.
on the overlay.
Yeah, there were a little bit of a hurdle there with learning the puzzle aspect of the end and having gloom healing items. But outside of that, it wasn't a big deal. So why am I such a horrible villain gamer? Because I didn't play it at length.
Villain
The
gamer.
way that people wanted. I just
No,
don't
you're not the
understand.
villain.
Okay.
You're not the villain. There's a guy in your chat named the villain. That guy's the villain. You think I'm the villain?
again,
You think he's the villain?
I have the right to criticize the game if I feel that there's things in there that should be better. Yes, I do feel the fact that this game doesn't necessarily give you direction or guidance in the order to do stuff or what's more important, right? Right from the get-go when the game started, people say, oh, it's an open world game, do whatever you want. Okay, I'll go over here. Oops, everything there one-shots you. Can't go that way. So then it's not an open world game.
It had to
If
scale.
everything in that
It had
direction
to
one-shots
scale with
me,
its
then I
arts.
can't go that direction. So why doesn't the game say go this direction? This is where you should start. Oh well, it's an open world game. Do what you want. No, you've already defied your own logic. You see what I mean? But people do, again. It's Zelda. It's Nintendo. Must defend it. No, listen. At the end of the day, all right. This is a great game. It is. Is it better than Breath of the Wild? The reason that I have a hard time saying that is because it adds a lot, like the puzzles with the physics mechanics and the building are actually ingenious, and in my opinion, the best new addition to the game by far. I thought that they were going
I've
to
never
hinder
seen
the game.
Ginger and the
Remember,
villain in the
before it
same
came
room at
out,
the same
I was worried.
time.
I was like, I don't want to play Minecraft.
The villain is
I want to play
black,
Zelda.
which is the
I
most
take all
fucked
that back.
discovery
Those were
I've ever made.
unfounded worries. The game was great with those mechanics.
It
I don't
really,
think I
it
ever had to
actually,
complain about that stuff. I thought it was
it
fun and
reframes
ingenious
a
and
lot of
funny
the
to
villain's
fail at
videos
this
in a
and
new
flop around
perspective.
and, shit, gotta go back to the drawing board. You fly off of one of your platforms you built or whatever. It's
He
funny.
just got a disavow.
It's genuinely entertaining, and it's probably some of the best parts of the game were based off of that mechanic. So that's great, but really that's the only thing I can tell you added to the game. The sky islands, the depths, they don't really add anything. It's just more of the same kind of exploration, and quite frankly, the depths are kind of tedious with all the gloom
So
down
Breath of
there.
the Wild, which
It's just not very
objectively had
entertaining.
less
And the
content,
sky
is better
islands, you can't
because
really fly
it's
around
like
freely the way you would like.
when he
Like,
played it,
imagine
it
if
was
you
the
had
first
bird
time
from
he went
Skyward
through
Sword,
that
and you
world.
could fly around any of the sky islands.
So what if he
you
played
wanted,
Tears
and you had
first?
free reign to explore up there instead of having to rely on towers to propel you up and finding ways to launch yourself from island to island. It just gets more tedious and too much work, and it's not worth it. What are you gonna get up there? Oh, I got another fucking component to fuse to my sword. Oh, I got another one of the 4,000 shrines in the game. You know what I'm saying?
No, he can't build a hover
So
bike.
basically,
If the solution to the game's
I
issues
think
is
that
more
Breath of the
tedium,
Wild,
that's not a
because it was
solution.
the first time you were exploring this world, right?
Look at this shit.
Honestly,
Look
it
at
was
how
like
he
a more
justifies
interesting
this.
experience. Like, I remember the first time running into one of those dragons and my jaw
haven't
dropped.
played
I was
it.
like,
It's
whoa,
new to
that's
me.
totally new and interesting for the Zelda franchise. Or, the first time you get to the Lost Woods, or you get to
Tell
the
him about
Gerudo
Breath of the
Village,
Wild.
you
Ask
know,
him
you're going to these
questions
places
about
the
Breath of
first
the
time,
Wild.
You're just blown away.
See how
And
much
the
he
big
actually
creatures,
remembers.
The big dungeons that are actually monsters.
But it's
and
the
stuff
first
in
time he did
environment,
it, so
the
it's
beasts,
better.
Legendary beasts. That was really neat too. Like, all those things were great. And this game just kind of rehashes a lot of that, but sadly doesn't do it in a way that what's jaw-dropping? Oh, I saw a new geoglyph in the distance. Let me go check it out. But outside of that, like, what else is there? You already seen the whole map. There's nothing interesting in the depths of the sky. There just isn't. It's just more of the same. So, for me, it's kind of a mixed bag. Did I enjoy my stay in Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? Indeed, I did.
Indeed, I did.
Yes,
indeed, I
that I
did.
put into it.
I will
over
give it
almost a 2-month
a
period.
half Michelin star for my
I actually
stay.
enjoyed the ending. I actually did.
And
but at the
a
same
3-star
time,
DoorDash review.
I'm sorry. All this shit that people gave me in the last month for my
This
playthrough
is really what he's
was
upset
unfounded.
about.
Everything that I did was
Unfounded.
meaningful, right? I didn't really
couldn't find
engage
it.
in any of the
It
optional
didn't
bloat
exist.
that would have padded my playthrough another 40, 50 hours and took another month to 2 months to beat it. And absolutely none of the stuff I skipped was necessary for the game at all. I got the full story, saw all the dungeons, beat the final boss, no problem, easy peasy. What's your point? Right? What exactly, how did I do this wrong? So, I had a good time with it. You also have
Did we have
your
a good
right
time?
to play it how you want.
Oh,
But for
okay.
me,
I thought he was
did
gonna say
enjoy
we
it.
had a good
I
time.
just don't think I enjoyed it as much as giant Zelda fans. Right? I am a
Giant
fan of
Zelda fans.
I grew up
I'm
playing
not
Zelda
the
games. You know, like I
big
said,
Zelda fan, though.
Link to the Past is still my favorite Zelda game of all time. And now,
Link's the
as a
fucking
YouTuber,
past, man.
I've
He's
arguably
begging.
played every
He's
other
begging
major
for a
Zelda
new
game that's
2D
been out there on a
Zelda.
console.
Oh,
right?
no.
But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and kiss
I'm
the
not
game's
gonna kiss
butt
the
and say,
game's
"Oh, the most
ass. I'm
anticipated
glad I
game of
put
the
that in the
year."
thumbnail. I
And,
knew he
oh
was
my
gonna
God,
say it.
So much content. I don't care about that so much content.
I guess
It
I had
wasn't
fun
meaningful.
yesterday. It was a good
So
stream.
I didn't care about
I
it.
uploaded the
You
VOD
know?
already.
I kept running
I
into quests like, do this,
timestamped
do this.
every
No, I'm not gonna
relevant
do this for you,
event
you stupid
from
Tom's
last
person.
night's stream.
What are you gonna give me? A fucking 5 rupees? I don't need your bullshit. I just want to fucking progress in the story. You know? Again, there has to be a point where you draw the line. Like, what's time consuming
Maybe
but
Horsefucker
meaningful,
Keith had
and
a
what's a
point
complete waste
in
of my
his,
time? I'm gonna be upset by the time I do it.
stupid-ass
And once
goodbye
you do the
post.
second or third thing that's a waste of your time, I'm not doing them anymore. And that was basically my experience with this game.
This is the guy who
All right,
can't
forget this. I'm
he
just gonna
can't
go try to do the major
understand why
things that just
Nintendo
taking too
fans
long.
don't like his
I mean, we were
content.
getting legitimately bored with the game in the first 20 hours.
Talk
And then
about
I said,
Final
"Fuck it,
Fantasy."
we're gonna start just doing major story stuff, and all of a
Talk
sudden
about
the game got
Final
good,
Fantasy
right?
and how
When I
exciting that
started
is.
only
The
doing
game you're gonna
the
play today is
geoglyphs,
allegedly the most
memories,
boring game
and the
you're playing
dungeons and
now.
stuff, it got better. It got really good,
Fell asleep
actually.
with
Like,
your
every
stream
one of
on.
those major
Ow.
regions was very interesting
It's
with their
okay.
plot lines and everything.
Common Dinger L.
The game had all these mini bosses. The fuck would you fight one for? Doesn't
For
do
fun.
anything. Oh, there had the
Everything
three-headed
needs a
dragon from
purpose.
Zelda 1. I don't care. Doesn't do anything.
When he
Why would I
discovered
fight
that
it?
dragon, he
Why
was
is it in
hyped.
there? You know? I don't know. Anyway, to me,
He was hyped when he
good
found that
game,
dragon, and he
fun
never
game,
fought it.
Glad I played it, but at the same time, not. Oh
Why
my
would I
God,
fight that dragon?
overwhelming
Why?
Game of the year, best Zelda game ever vibes for me. It's just not. It just doesn't feel like that to me at all.
Motherfucker's gonna
all
seethe
right?
when it gets
So,
Game of the Year.
You can disagree with me, and that's fine, but you got to respect my opinion.
I'm
too.
not
You
gonna
can't just
go
sit
on
around
and
be
on
like,
about
"Oh,
Zelda
well, just
today.
because
I've already
Phil
went
played
on about it
100
for an
hours, that means
hour,
he played this. No, it doesn't.
hours. I'm
You
just
know?
gonna
You can laugh
make
and you
a
can say, oh,
succinct
you know, he didn't really do this
final
the
book
right way.
report
and stuff like that.
conclusion,
That's
and we're
fine.
gonna move
Criticize
on.
my gameplay all you want, but try to say that like, oh, the way I played the game was invalid. No, this is the way Nintendo intended. They made it so that you can just,
I'm just
do
playing with your base
streamlined,
shadow.
or you could
thank you.
take as much time as you want. They built the game like that. That's because some of the genius of Nintendo. They knew you didn't have to
he
do
did
all that
flame.
side shit. But if you wanted to
I don't
immerse
think he
yourself in
loved
you
it, but he
could.
liked it.
So why in the holy hell would you say
Which
to
is
someone
why
who's
I'm
not
so
doing it because they don't
baffled
want to
why he's
waste all
so
that time and
obsessed
they're not
with
enjoying
2D
it?
top-down
How could you
Zelda.
say that that's invalid and then yell at them and say they're doing it wrong? That is the most ignorant
Hey, get more
mindset,
blood.
right? So enough with the bullshit. It really isn't a big deal. I'm glad that I'm
Like
done
how
with
he
the game,
told
'cause
us
I'm
he
just
wasn't
tired of
gonna
people talking
whine too
constantly,
long,
"Oh,
and now we're like
Phil's
20 minutes
playthrough was
into
a
this
train wreck and
segment.
shit. Fuck off. No, it's
Fuck
not. It actually
off.
was a good playthrough in my opinion. I had
Nah,
a good time
shit
with it.
was
And
trash.
I'm glad
Get
that I
outta
played
here.
it the way I did because
Want
I
a
don't want
good
to play it till
playthrough
fucking October.
that where
I want to
the
get
guy
it done
did
and
most
move on to
stuff?
other things
Watch
which we're now gonna do.
Shroom Dukem
Okay?
or UNFW1, the unfun one.
Okay. But of course, the funny part about all of this is that no one will acknowledge that I said the game is good. They'll all
Nope.
just say, you see, he skipped all the content and he just hates the game. Because they're morons. So go ahead and prove your false narrative with your bullshit, your
You know why I'm not gonna acknowledge you saying that the game is good in the end? Because like you always say, everything isn't black and white. There's that gray area. You read between the lines. It's that word you like, context? It's the context. You say the game is good. But here I have multiple instances of you, various sessions of the stream, you saying it sucks, it's shit, not even the sessions themselves, but the rants also on every post-stream of the night stream and pre-stream, every daily rap. I think I can collectively analyze and observe these collective streams and come to the conclusion that despite the fact that you said the game was good, actually these sentiments here that you express multiple times throughout the playthrough would actually suggest that you think the game is bad, but you're already seething and coping and from getting felted by the TikTokers, that you really feel like you should give the game a little bit of slack, because if you go too hard on the game, even though you're allegedly not kissing its ass, you're gonna get felted yet again, because you're gonna ring the alarm to the TikTokers, and it'll make more funny clips of you ranting, and like it's a never-ending cycle. And now a bunch of 14-year-olds dislike you.
straw man arguments, your selective reasoning, highlighting things that I said out of context.
Oh my god. Look, Look, I paused it. I don't live in the future. I do not live in the future. I had no idea he was gonna say that.
Yes,
Let's rewind.
Straw man arguments, your selective reasoning, highlighting things that I said out of context.
Out of context!
Go for it, fuck faces. I don't care. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was a great game. I'm glad I played it. It's just full of bloat, and I'm glad I skipped a lot of it. All right.
But he
so now
would have
that Zelda
regretted
is
skipping
done,
the game.
we are presented with a unique opportunity because we have the night streams for the rest of the month. The daytime streams, I'd like to continue to focus on Street Fighter 6 and
I made this point yesterday when he was whining about what he actually gets by beating the final boss. Like, what do I get? What do I honestly get beating this fucking game that you get an additional Street Fighter session, the game you actually want to play. He was rewarded after all.
Final Fantasy 16, at least for the foreseeable future. I see no reason to change that. If I keep it like that, we'll make big progress in Final Fantasy 16, which we need to do. This is a lengthy RPG. At this point, I want to say we're only like 17, 18 hours into it, so we've got to focus more on it. And I don't want that to be changed. And Street Fighter 6, if I don't keep playing Street Fighter 6, the amount that I've been
Final
playing
Fantasy
in
16
multiplayer,
today.
I will never continue.
Why do you think I'm not doing the gameplay?
And I will never continue to get better. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, guys.
So, all that being said,
you'll have to catch me on the Twitch side later.
What should we do now? Because let's talk about this.
Play nothing until Pikmin.
We have many options.
It does not behoove you to start even more playthroughs.
We are doing one of those options because we already determined when we beat Diablo we wanted to do that tonight.
When you say you want to play Pikmin.
The World Tour mode of Street Fighter 6. Okay?
Oh, yeah,
this is a mode
yeah, just do that.
That is completely separate from the competitive nature of the game.
Yakuza?
It's a first time ever for a Street Fighter game to have a mode like this. It's considered the single player mode, where you go into a world where you create an avatar character, and this avatar character levels up while they fight people in the streets, and it could be gang members, it could be just townspeople, it could be bosses, it could actually be the Street Fighter characters that are in the game, okay? So, it's pretty interesting because I thought at first, oh, this is just going to be like an extra mode that's not a big deal. No, this
I don't
mode
know,
has
guys.
a
This
significant
sounds
amount
like
of content.
tedious,
Just in the first 3 hours that I played it and I started exploring.
Yeah, but how much of
like,
that
dude, there's all
content
these
is
hidden
meaningful?
areas, there's all these places you can
Contrast all of this to the Zelda whining
and stuff. Like, they put a lot of effort into this. This isn't just
Nah,
like, oh,
sounds
they were
like bloat to me.
You know, they did
Why do
it
you
for
need
a
to do
throwaway
this?
mode to claim that they had it. They actually tried and put a lot of
yeah,
effort
they
into
try,
it.
but nobody really cares.
So,
Nobody's been begging to
we
see
played for 3
it.
hours.
This
and
sounds like
we
bloat.
basically
Do you
ran
even
into
really need
Luke
this
and
to
almost
complete the mode?
maximized Luke as a trainer. Once you do, you unlock their optional outfit in the game, which will be neat to do. Chun-Li, and then
He already bought most of these optional outfits.
we had just met Marisa and learned some of Marisa's moves. Okay, so that's where we left off when we played this, no exaggeration, a month ago. And then, well, I was busy juggling 3 RPGs with the competitive modes of
Tour
Street
is
Fighter
super
6, so
boring.
we never got
TBH
back
really
to
just
it.
the same thing
Tonight
over
on the
and over
late
again.
stream, we're
Put
going
about
to do it
10 to
again for
15
2
hours
hours,
into it.
and I'm excited to jump back
interesting.
in and level up my avatar more. If we just, like I said, if we do Luke
Reminds
a tiny
me of
bit
another
more,
game he
I'm going to
was
get a
just
free
talking
outfit
about.
in the game. I don't have to buy it, so that's going to be cool. I can't wait. I want to unlock the outfit for Luke for sure.
The way World Tour seems to be is how he describes
and
Zelda.
Luke is a character I haven't even used yet, and I'm considering using in the future, so it'll be cool to have his alternate
Yeah, we
outfit
already
to
bought the
try.
outfits. So what do we get? What do we get out? What do you really get by
basically,
beating
I want
this?
to try it more
What do
tonight,
you
2
really
hours.
get by beating
Let's
this
see
mode?
how it goes. I'm sure there's going to be
Just
a
more
lot of
tedium.
combat and generic grinding in the streets or whatever, but at the same time, there's some funny stuff. It's going to be a stream that I can finally chill and interact with you.
Zelda?
I haven't had
A Zelda?
lot of streams where I could do that recently, because every time I play Street Fighter 6, it's competitive play, and
He apologized directly to Jade. I don't know how many of you guys heard this. He apologized directly to Jade last night because Jade was attempting to interact with him during Street Fighter yesterday. And he was like, I'm sorry, Jade, I saw you talking, but I couldn't talk to you. But we're playing Zelda tonight, and it's gonna be a chill, interactive environment. And how many conversations were had? How many conversations were really had last night? That was the chill game. Where was the conversations at? Now this is the chill? This was the chill we've been waiting on the whole time? I thought we were just waiting on variety. Well, hey, it's more Parappa music. No, why? I thought we were just waiting on the variety. Now we're waiting on the chill too? Where was the chill? I thought the chill was here. The chill wasn't here? Where is it? You still haven't told me.
to be hyper-focused on the game 100%. So because of that, I haven't been able to chill. Tonight will absolutely be a chill late night stream, which is excellent, okay?
Nah, Zelda
Now,
couldn't be chill after that
here's
final
the thing,
boss.
all right? We have 3 options moving forward for night streams.
It's
I'd like
one of
to
those
run all 3
Mario
of the
and
options
Rabbids,
by everyone and see
ba-ba-ba.
what they think.
I got
Option number
belted last
1
night.
would be to have World Tour mode be a regular and be one of these games that we're alternating on night
Whoa,
streams
it is.
as
Well, we have a
constant
celebrity in
content. It's
the
20
chat.
hours long. We're only
Piece of
3 hours
Peace.
in. After
He's
tonight,
a
we'll be
big
5
fan of
hours
my
in.
voice.
But the more we play on World Tour, we're going to unlock
this
content
fucker
for
a
the
wrench.
game. We're going to unlock outfits and things for the game that'll add to all
Of course,
the
this
content
dude
of the game
comes
moving
after
forward.
the Zelda rant.
So it makes sense we eventually do it.
I'm
Just
in the
question is, how
cooldown
quickly do
period.
we want to do it? We held off for a month. Is it time to make it a
When he
regular
calls
part
out
of the schedule?
Nintendo, the guns
So
gotta
that's
come
option
out.
number 1. Option number 2 would be to throw in a totally new game into the mix. And the game that I would like to play is Amnesia: The Bunker. This is a survival
Give
horror
me the
game
Cliffs
from the
Notes,
Amnesia
it was gay.
franchise that came out last month, the first week of June, and exactly as I had predicted. All right, this game
It's
completely
$40.
went under the radar for 90% of gamers. There's people who were really excited for it, and originally it was supposed to come out in May, but it got delayed for this weird reason that they couldn't get the game like certified.
Basically, what Peaches just said. If you do a stream tonight, it will probably be worthwhile to look at that rant piece.
On game marketplaces or something. It was some really weird thing that happened and ended up getting delayed like 2-3 weeks.
But it really
And when that
is,
happened, it came out right in the middle
the same
of
shit we've
Zelda
already
Tears
heard
of the
before.
Kingdom, Street Fighter 6, and Diablo
playthrough
4.
isn't
so when
invalid.
it came out, it was like
Okay.
a whimper,
Sure.
while everyone else was screaming about all the other games, and
Whining
no one
about
heard
the
it.
TikTokers.
Sucks because from what I'm to understand,
Oh,
it's actually one of, if not the best
so,
Amnesia game in all of them.
I guess this is
People
new.
rated it
He said, so the Dents were helping him out with the insta-teleport shit that allows him to insta-teleport anywhere. They told him to do that in the event that he dies, and then if he didn't have the insta-teleport shit, he would have complained and complained and complained. So they told him to get it. He gets it, and then beats the final boss without it, and then shits on the Dents who told him to go get it because he didn't need it in the end, even though they were trying to help him out and prevent a whining situation type deal. But because in the end he did it without needing it, it was all it ended up being more of a waste of time.
Really, really high, saying it's
That's what you get
epic.
for
It's
hand-holding.
got a lot of suspense.
You get what you
it's
fucking
scary.
deserve.
It's got a good plot. It's got good gameplay mechanics. If you like horror, you're gonna really like the game. But
I thought we were gonna
no
save this
one
for
really
Halloween.
talked that much about it outside of the ratings, right?
They're waiting
So,
till Halloween to talk
in that
about
regard,
it. They think just
I'd be
like you.
happy to play Amnesia: The Bunker. It's on Game Pass. I can literally get it right now, and we can start up a playthrough whenever the heck we want, and I'm down for that. So that's an option, okay? Now, the third option.
Is cyanide an
All right,
option?
is something else that people have been asking for. And I told you guys I wasn't going to really consider it until we got to a point where we could, and I think now we're at that point, all right? The third option is as follows.
Pikmin for a demo.
Lobbies in Street Fighter
Fuck this guy.
6
This ain't gonna happen.
where viewers can join the lobby and fight me and or each other.
And
All right? Lobby nights for viewers.
He should charge
So
for
what does
this,
that
but
mean?
he isn't.
It means that I would set
At
up a
least,
lobby in Street Fighter
ostensibly,
6,
I don't think
and I
he's
guess
gonna
you could
charge it.
password protect it. So live on the stream, I'd make the password, I'd announce it to the stream viewers, and you guys would join the lobby.
What
and fight
stops
against me, and I think you
672
fight
from
against each
dropping
other,
the
too, right? It's
lobby
not just one
password in
person, like,
Wings'
fight-
chat?
Everyone could fight each other. So you have a lobby night where for like 2
How many
hours
of these
we're all just fighting each
487
other.
members
And
are
the good thing
gifted
about lobby
again?
nights would be,
It
number
just
one,
takes one ironic
it's
fan.
not super serious. When you're doing ranked play, it's like, oh my god, I got the sweats, right? Every moment I gotta care.
someone gotta send
if
Peace
my
the
move doesn't
password.
come out, it's super serious because you hurt my rank when I lose the fight. When you're doing casual play lobby nights and stuff, it
Fighting
doesn't
games
oh,
aren't
big
my
deal. My
forte,
moves dropped
man.
and I lost the match. Who gives a shit?
I wouldn't
it's
do
just
good
a
against
casual
them.
match where you're trying to have fun. And yeah, to some extent, you're trying to level up and learn some tech or whatever. But at least it doesn't matter. It didn't negatively affect you when something went wrong. Who gives
I mean,
a shit? And if
Pikmin's
you
not
learn
out
something,
yet, but he says
you
he
didn't
wants to
chance
play it.
losing a
He could
ranking,
play the
that's
demo.
kind of a plus.
That ain't gonna
no?
happen.
That's number one. And number two, people have been asking me
I'm
for
just
some
bringing it up
viewer
because
interactive for the
he wants to
longest
play
time.
it, and he's
I've
got
been so
10 days
resistant,
to
'cause as you
clear
guys
up
know,
room for
there's
it.
so many opportunities where trolls try to ruin these things for us.
Oh yeah, Mark
From what I
should
was
pull up
told,
too.
now I don't know yet, we'd have to give it a shot.
Even
What
get
I was
Frog in
told
there.
is that the lobbies in Street Fighter 6 are some of the best of fighting games, meaning I can make a lobby
Yeah,
password protect
Napalm
people
told them or
join,
something.
if
Game
anyone in
checker.
there starts acting a fool. Oh, I'm not going to ready up and I'm going to purposely hold up the lobby on
Get
purpose.
him outta
because I'm
there.
troll, I want to ruin it for everyone.
Get him out of there.
You can just ban
What
them
if I'm
right
getting
away. Get
something
them
to
the fuck outta
drink?
there. Right? That's what I'm to understand. Like, apparently the system is really good. It's set up for moderation. It's set up so that these lobbies can be serious. and not assholes going in there and trying to fuck
Tailor-made for Dale
around.
and Phil.
Because this was the problem with the other fighting games I've been playing. The 30th anniversary collection would be an outstanding collection if the lobby system worked, and it doesn't. There's not even a way to kick someone out of a lobby.
I can't ban
You
the
can
guy
have an
with the
asshole
pig
just sit there
profile.
endlessly and not move,
Fuck.
and that's it. No one can play in your lobby. It's dead. So, as long as they really do have these lobbies, again, I'm just going off of what I'm told. I haven't tried it myself yet. Well, we could try it, and hey, if it ends up working, we do a
Why
lobby
can
and we get
nothing
tons
be
of people
tested
coming in
out?
and they want to play, and we all have a good time for a couple hours.
Don't you
of
like,
playing each other
if,
with very-
of
that's the
all
other
the
thing.
things
I
he
can
could
play with all the
potentially
characters,
test
right? I can play
out,
with Blanca,
like off
I can
stream,
play
wouldn't
with
this be
Marisa, I can play
the
with Lily,
thing?
I can play with Zangief. I can mess around a little bit with Ryu. Maybe go back to Chun-Li. Maybe Dalsim. I can experiment.
You just know
with these
someone's giving
characters
Jose
and
the
not have to worry
password.
so much about
And hate army.
my rankings. Oh, I have to perform. It's just messing around trying to learn, right? Trying to have fun. A little different than the ranked sweats. So I'm willing to give it a try.
Just say you want to
But I'm
fight
just
against
gonna forewarn
retards, you're
everyone.
retarded
If we
dense,
try
because
it,
that's what it
and
sounds like.
somehow
You want to break
people
from the
found
sweats.
a way to game the fucking system, and now it's constant
wants to
annoyance.
fight the-
it's
the wood
constant
ranked.
harassment. People found a way that the lobby won't work. It glitched out. Oh, you could change your name to something offensive to try to get people in trouble on the stream, and now there's no way for me to moderate or get them out of there. Then we're not doing it. I'll give it, we'll try it once, and if it goes down nicely, we'll keep doing it. Maybe it could
If
be
he
a regular
tested this
thing.
off
Or maybe
stream and
one
looked
or
at
two
all the
times a week we
settings
do
and maybe did
viewer
some
night in
research,
Street
he
Fighter
wouldn't even
6.
have to waste a night stream on it.
Viewer
But I
lobby,
guess
and
it's
by
to
the way,
our
that's a
benefit if
great
he
way to
doesn't do
practice.
that.
It is. That's how I used to practice in Street
Practice?
Fighter. I would go to my local arcade. I would go to a friend's house.
It's
we would
like
just sit down and
locals.
try out different strategies.
thought we
different-
weren't your
different
friends.
Things that we had ideas
The
on.
Dents aren't
different
your friends. There's no
characters that maybe we're not good
parasocial
with, but we're
relationship.
trying to learn. That's how you learn.
But you're old
You
enough
gotta
to help.
grind
Go
in that
commit
environment.
yourself.
You know what
I'm
I'm
not
saying?
your friend. I'm not your father figure.
Without that environment to do it, if
I'm
everything's
not
a
your pal. I'm not your buddy
tournament
guy.
level
I'm just a
competitive
guy on the
ranking
internet.
environment, it's hard to learn. But if
We
you
have this
these more
interactive, meaningful
casualized
community,
sessions
and we
with
can play
good
matches with
variety,
each other,
that's how you
and
learn
I can
more.
learn from you.
Because there's nothing really, you can more relaxed, try different things out. Oh, it's the third round. I don't really necessarily care 100% if I win this round. Let me try something new, right? That's what it's all about. So,
Eating up dents is practice. Yeah, I don't know what he means
really?
by that.
Why
Meeting
be
up
better
people
is
who
to
don't
originally
know
watch
what
your
they're doing.
Sifu
You may as well
playthrough, I
fight
guess it was last year.
CPUs.
You need way more props for beating that game. 50% of players beat or quit on day one. Was it? Wait a minute. Sifu. Was that last year?
Yeah. Wow, his memory is so
It was,
sad.
wasn't it? Yeah. Sifu
What
was
is
last
this
year.
shit?
Dude, time flies, and all my fucking games blend into one. Yeah, it was last year, because last year was Sifu and also Midnight Fight Express.
Did he think
That's
it was
right.
this year?
Okay. Yeah, Sifu was great. I loved that game. That game was really fun. It really was. There was a few things that annoyed me at first, but once I learned it all, I had a great time with it. Perfect parrying everyone
I
at the
think
end of the game.
someone,
beating the game
maybe it was
without
Ludwig.
hitting
Ludwig
anyone
did a
was super cool.
Sifu DSP
Anyway,
versus DSP on it.
So yeah, so there's our options. Option number one, World Tour
Yeah,
mode.
he
put it into the
sure
regular
loved it.
rotation,
Go back
have
and
it be
watch
a
that
chill
gameplay,
stream
though.
once or twice a week, and make advancements so that we can get free unlocks in the game. But also, it's an ample opportunity for a chill late night stream where we can all interact and have a good time together. Option number two, survival horror and Amnesia the Bunker. Put that into the rotation again once or twice a week and make some progress in it. Option number three, viewer lobby nights.
Viewer
with
lobby
Street Fighter 6,
nights.
where viewers will be able to join and play not only
One thing
with
I've
each
noticed
other
is that
in
when
a lobby-based environment,
when
they'll be
any
more
one of us bring this
casualized.
up,
Yes, we can
anyone
level up and
but
learn new
him,
tech, but at
we'll
the same
call
time,
it
it's
like
not
member
ultra
lobbies
serious
or something,
constantly,
but he'll
okay?
only ever say viewer or fan lobbies. I wonder
How
if
does that
that's
sound?
like
I mean, those are
on
the
purpose.
options. And
Like,
the
he doesn't
question
want
is,
to
what do
call
people
it
want the
member
most?
lobbies. But who are
That's
the
an
people that are going to
interesting
play?
question, no?
Probably the members. Because how is he going to share
I
the
don't know.
password?
I actually
They're a
don't know.
members-only
And
community
what I'd
post,
like
probably.
to do right now, not exaggerating, everyone in the chat
Hey,
has
Yellow
a
Monkey.
different idea. Everyone in the chat is disagreeing. Listen to this. World Tour is lame. I played through it. It's not worth it. No, do World
Death
Tour.
Golem
Well, I
suck.
want option two. That's literally one vote for number one, one minus vote for number one, a vote for number two. User proposal says viewer lobbies.
It's not all black and white.
Right.
There is no consensus.
672 says obvious
We're not
answer
all
three,
fucking
viewer
robots.
lobbies. Big Papa Phil says World Tour and chill. Elliptian says, in my opinion, you're playing too much Street Fighter for my taste. Adding World Tour to the mix is too much. See? So, the horror game sounds amazing, says Heist Darkness. Everyone seems to have a different opinion. All right? Because here's the thing, we need to determine what we're doing tomorrow night.
Yeah,
right
I said that
now.
before you
We
popped
need to
in.
figure
He's
this
like,
out.
what
So the way
really,
I see
what really
it,
is the fucking
okay,
point if he
here's-
bought everything?
Here's what I'm thinking for tomorrow night, Wednesday night, which is my final stream.
I know
of
he
this
didn't
week
buy
before
every
my break.
costume, but
So we're either
motherfucker
gonna
was talking
do
about, oh, I could unlock Luke's
a viewer
costume.
lobby
But you don't play
where
Luke.
I play with viewers for the first
factually
time,
don't.
Or we're
Why
gonna
are
do
we
a
unlocking
2-hour
costumes for
Blanca
motherfuckers we
Madness
don't
stream
play
where I
as?
try to attempt
You
to
bought the
continue to level
costumes
up
you
with
wanted.
Blanca in 3-star diamond. And
You're over
hopefully get
here
him to, like,
skipping shit in
4-star
Zelda and
diamond.
justifying it by
Or-
saying, what do I get out of fucking doing this? What do you
Just-
get out of doing World Tour at this stage?
No, that was it.
Besides
Those two
costumes
options.
for
And
characters
then,
you don't
depending
play
on your
as.
feedback, we'll determine if we do more of World Tour later next week and if we do Amnesia or not.
what's up, Gerald?
Or if maybe we keep that rotation going, you know, with whatever. So, right now, everyone's saying do a poll. Everyone's saying do a poll. You guys want me to do a poll? All right, we'll do a poll. Everyone's calling for
my
a
lord.
live poll. We're going to do it on the community tab.
All right, what's the
All
troll
right.
option? What do we want to...
Let's do it right now. Let me refresh my tab here.
What are we gonna mass
Community.
vote? Oh, this poll's not up yet. I don't see the bleach option.
Very important poll.
Very important.
Now that night streams are freed up,
Oh my lord. Oh yeah, yeah.
which
Just
of
vote
the
lobbies.
below would you like to see more of?
Yeah, for sure. Vote lobbies.
And
What am I even
right
saying?
away. Please vote and good luck. So, the three options, as we said, option number 1,
Because then we'll probably
Street
find out
Fighter 6
certain
World
Dense's Street Fighter
Tour
handles.
Mode, late night chill stream vibe.
Look up their stats, man.
Option number 2, Amnesia, The Bunker, Survival Horror. Or option number 3, Viewer, Lobby Nights in SF6, more casual, fun MP with viewer interaction. Oh, it doesn't fit.
Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't.
So I'll say casual
Oh my
MP
god.
with interaction. Now it fits.
Can we come back,
Right?
man? Just poll. Just type poll, and everyone who's watching already knows the
Okay.
context because they're not idiots.
So,
well, they
Street
are,
Fighter 6 World
but I
Tour
would
Mode,
hope they're
late
not
night
that
chill stream
stupid.
vibes,
But they
Amnesia,
are.
The Bunker, Survival Horror, or Viewer Lobby
they
Nights in
weren't.
Street Fighter 6 casual MP with interaction. So the poll is live.
Can we
on the
launch
community
it?
tab
I
of
don't
DSP
see the
Gaming.
poll.
Please vote.
Where is
I'd
it?
love to hear your opinion on this. This is very important that we get your feedback so I know what to do in the future. All right?
Maybe it's 'cause I'm banned.
And
I
let's
gotta
see
go
what
on
you
the
guys
sock.
vote for over the day. And probably by tonight's late
Oh,
night
is this
stream
a
of the World
community?
Tour Mode, we'll take a look at the
This is a
results and we'll
community
see
thing.
initially
Okay, I
what
thought
you
it
guys
was
want.
a stream poll.
And we'll go from there. Personally, I'm okay with any of those. Any of those three things is great. All right?
Here it is.
So let's
Okay.
see what you guys want, and we'll go from there. But this
Thank
is
you,
going to help
Peace.
determine what I do
I
for the
see
late
it.
night streams, next week and as soon as tomorrow.
I thought it was going to be
Okay?
a normal person
Cool.
and make it a stream poll,
Now.
but we got to be weird about it.
What else was I going to say? One other thing. So
Go
let's do the
ahead and
schedule,
vote viewer
all right?
lobby, 'cause that's
And
the
then
funniest
I want to talk
response.
about YouTube Shorts over on DSP Reacts, and then I got a little bit of news to talk about, and then we'll do shout-outs, okay? So,
I'm not voting late night chill stream
schedule.
vibes.
Today, it's the continuation of Final Fantasy 16
Hell no.
on this main gameplay stream. We'll see how it goes, as you know.
Ah, yes, Final
there's a lot of
Fantasy.
mixed feelings about this game. Some people seem to think it's the best Final Fantasy ever made. Some people absolutely hate it. I land somewhere in the middle. I'm not
Yeah.
disliking the
Once
game.
again,
at the
it's
same
not all
time,
black
there
and white.
absolutely are parts of the game where the narrative is way too drawn out, too wordy, and boring. And some of these cutscenes and missions
This
that
is
are
the
required
next
feel
book
like they should
report
be
I want to
side
see
missions you
after
can skip because they're
after
boring.
the shit with Zelda.
At the same time,
I wanna
when the
see what
story
we have to
picks
say
up
about this game.
and there's big developments, I really enjoy it. So it's kind of a mix for me.
Ban,
and I am
ban,
excited for a
ban.
full 3-hour stream of
Get
it
him outta
today. I'm hoping
here.
that we'll get. It seems like every time we do a full stream of this game, we get
I
a
voted
couple
lobbies
hours of
just for
boredom,
you.
but then we get some major
Don't vote
story
for
progress.
me.
So I'm
It's
hoping
just
to
a
get some
common
major
sense
story progress
response.
on today's
The other
session,
answers
and we'll see how
suck,
that goes.
objectively.
Okay? Late night stream tonight will be a chill late night stream of Street Fighter 6's World Tour Mode, which I'm excited for. Like I said, I want to unlock more content.
Content is
I want
grindy.
to have a chill stream with you guys where we can talk
Grindy,
and relax
unmeaningful
more.
content
It'll
that
be a great
doesn't
day
mean
for that,
anything to
okay?
anyone.
Tomorrow, we return to multiplayer of Street Fighter 6. Tonight, I'm actually going to watch tech videos for Lily. And I'm going to try to level up my Lily game. And tomorrow, we're going to go back to Lily in multiplayer, ranked multiplayer, for the first
Love
time in
my
like a
Lily
month.
game.
Seriously? I
You
think I
don't
used her
level up in
twice
this game,
at
you
the very
rank up.
beginning of the life cycle of Street Fighter 6, and I haven't gone back to her in any kind of serious
I'm being
multiplayer
petty.
since. So I'm going to go back and try to use her tomorrow on the daytime stream and see how it goes. The night stream tomorrow is kind of in your hands.
You told us
all right?
already it would
I'm
be
okay
a viewer
with
lobby.
Blanca and trying to level him up in Diamond. I'm okay with a viewer lobby if you guys want to try to join me in Street Fighter 6. And I'm okay with starting Amnesia the Bunker. I'm okay with any of those 3 things. So it's kind of dependent on your feedback and how this poll goes today. We'll help determine what I end up doing. So we'll talk about it and we'll go from there and we'll see what we want to do tomorrow night. Okay? I'm off from streaming on Thursday.
Thank God.
Hope you all have a great and safe day. If you watch any content here on the channel or on my sister channel, DSP Reacts,
Hopefully
enjoy.
you lose
Please
another
remember,
tire.
engagement is key at this point. Liking the videos that you're enjoying and leaving comments on them of any kind. It could literally just say, just leaving a comment to help fill with the algorithm today. That helps a ton. Engagement is key. You know, I stopped talking about engagement a lot recently, and because of that, engagement on my channel went, it's my fault. Please engage with the videos. The more engagement, the better. It helps this channel. If you could do that for me, I would really appreciate it. It's an easy and free way to help out this content, okay? When I come back on Friday, it's Street Fighter Friday. So, first stream on Friday, I am going to be using a new character. I know who the character will be, but I'm not telling you yet. I know exactly who the character will be. This is a character that I've actually been looking forward to trying for a while.
I think
Cammy
Cammy got felted the last time he was talking about new characters.
Friday. Okay.
Jade was
So give it a
begging.
shot.
Jade was
See what happens.
fiending.
All right?
Jade was
Then,
fiending for
depending on how that goes, I
Chun-Li
might
or
want to play with that
Gabby.
character more on the late night stream.
He
for
didn't
Friday
like how
Night Fights.
Chun-Li played,
Or
and Cammy
maybe
was
I
just
want
an
to mix it
outright
up
no.
and do something different. Maybe, like I said,
I'm
maybe I want to do a
thinking
late
it's
night stream
Guile
with Blanca
time.
and try to level him up for a couple of hours in Diamond. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And
I think
see
he
how
said Luke
feel
was like his number
on the late
2,
night stream for Friday.
which
Okay?
surprised me because
Saturday,
of the Paul Brothers
Final
shit.
Fantasy
I don't
16.
think Luke's gonna happen.
Continuing on, and Saturday night could be whatever. It could be Amnesia the Bunker. It could be World Tour Mode in Street Fighter 6. It could be a fan lobby night in Street Fighter 6. I'm going to leave it open. We're going to see how the polling goes and try to determine what you guys want. Sunday's daytime stream will be DSP versus the internet. That's right. The React show will be on Sundays. For now,
Oh my God, the Gambit was successful. The thing he was trying to do very subtly, he took your feedback that you didn't give him, and he has decided for himself that Sunday is the day going forward. You know, for the thing that used to be on Saturdays, that started originally on Fridays, now it's on the same day, where once a month, 1 week out of the month, he has to do Patreon shit. So 1 week out of the month, he doesn't have to play a game at all. Huh.
That's a fan lobby.
It's
And it
kind of
goes
like an
horribly.
extended day off,
It just
pretty
doesn't
much.
go well. The system doesn't work right. We got trolling. We have no way to control it. Then I'm just not doing it ever again. And we know, don't put that into the rotation. Do other stuff, right?
Right.
But if we do it well, it works well, then we could probably do it regularly. I'm not saying every other day. I'm just saying maybe once or twice a week, perhaps. That could be really fun, right? Or what if we start Amnesia the Bunker and it's great and now people want to see more of it? Well, that could start becoming regular too.
Who the fuck
You
talks
understand?
like
So,
this? These alternate realities that haven't happened yet.
All right,
Like
I'm
just
excited. I'm excited to see how World Tour Mode does
just
tonight.
live on the
as a
edge,
late night
man.
show
Live on the
stream,
edge of your
because we haven't
seat.
done it in
Who
a
the
month,
fuck
and I've wanted to play
cares?
this mode and make progress and unlock stuff.
What
in the
happened
game.
to-
I think
we'll
it's gonna be
cross
a
that
fun
bridge
stream
when we
tonight
come
just
to it.
relax and have a good time together. So I hope you'll come back tonight. Okay. Anyway, that's the rough schedule for now. Keep in mind, we have one special event planned for this month.
Reminds
At the
me,
very tail end of the month,
when
on
the
Saturday,
money doesn't come
July
in.
29th,
Oh
is
my
the Dark
God,
Side
this
of
shit
Machinima
again.
Event, where I'm going to be
But
reacting.
it reminds me when
to
the money comes
June
in when
the
he's
King
like,
documentary about
we made
Machinima,
like
but I'm also gonna be adding
$9
tons of my own
minus the
content
game
and
tracker,
backstory.
no
I have
IC
a lot
tip.
to
Like,
talk about
you're
and say
complaining
my
about
6+
shit
years
that didn't
of
happen.
Machinima.
You didn't make
Some stuff
$9.
you
You
probably never
actually
heard of
didn't.
before, and some stuff I'd love to fully elaborate on. I have all the email
Complaining
receipts
about realities in
to
his head
prove
that did
stuff.
not in
So
fact
I'm gonna
occur.
be doing research and going through that and getting that ready for you, you know, within another 2 weeks. So that's a special event all day Saturday the 29th coming up. Outside of that, in August,
What
it is
kind
my
of thumbnail is that,
15-year
bro? We
anniversary
can't even see his
celebration.
mouth.
In August, we're going to be doing a series of
It's like
special
Monsters,
stuff.
Inc., where
Basically,
the
like
logo
something special
covers
every
up
week.
Mike's
1 week,
face.
we're going to do a special retrospective event where we go back and watch clips from my 15 years as a content creator, and I react live to them, and you're going to be able to nominate the clips I watch. We're going to have a
Yeah, that's
special
what he
Project
wanted,
7
Ziggy.
viewing
The
event where we
2
go back
days
and watch
off.
the
He's getting
entirety of the
older.
Project
He can't
7
play
show
games like that
from
no
start
more.
to finish,
He
and I'll
told
do
us.
live commentary,
Carpal tunnel
and
is
I'll
right around
add
the corner.
all kinds of perspective now that I've seen the John and Howard video about
Take it
me.
easy,
They
Golem.
talk about Project 7 quite a lot in that. We're going to be doing special throwback
yes, stay
playthroughs
positive,
and anniversary
super cool,
runs and
purple
stuff.
flat
We're going to be
tree.
doing a tier maker
Good tonight.
ranking all of the games that I named as Game of the Year or runner-up for the last 10 to 15 years and ranking them against each other now in 2023 to see if they hold up. This is just some of the things. Just some of the things
We have not even
right,
got to gamer
that we're
news
going to be
yet.
talking about. So this is going to be exciting.
Is that
I think we're gonna have a
Microsoft
great
purchase
time,
went through? Congrats, Microsoft now
in
owns
August,
Activision
celebrating
or something.
my 15
We gotta
year
talk about
anniversary as a
that.
creator. It should
We
be a
gotta
good
answer
time,
the tips.
okay?
We gotta
So that's
beg for
coming up,
Q&A.
and
It's
we'll have
already
more on
2
that as we get closer
o'clock.
to August. All right, fair enough. All right, I have one
What's up,
gaming
Red
news story
Animator?
to talk about today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, here it
Ladies and
comes.
gentlemen,
I get my
a
free
judge
Slurpee?
has ruled
No, I didn't.
that the FTC's
Pretty hot
case
out today.
against Microsoft
I just might. What do I
try
have to do?
prevent the Microsoft
If I have to download a
acquisition of
stupid
Activision
app, I'm
Blizzard
not
is
doing it.
invalid and will move forward. Now,
Yes.
the FTC is already
Yes.
suing Microsoft
More
for something
gaming monopolies.
Another
I thought you
reason
hated
related to this. So
capitalism or
there's
something,
still
Phil.
chances that the thing could get shut down, but
Wasn't he
the
whining
federal
about
judge
capitalism
essentially,
earlier?
After hearing all of those,
Maybe it was the replay
rulings
Tevin was
last
watching.
week or 2 weeks ago, right, Jasper? You remember that? Remember all the news
Oh
about
my
that,
god,
the court
toss
case?
this cat away like that lady did. Then whine about how you don't
Basically,
have
listen to all of this
enough money
and said
to
it's
subscribe
bumped,
at
okay?
$5.
And,
$5.
Phil Spencer, of course, the head of Microsoft Gaming, kind of
The other
summarized
Phil.
it best. He says, "We're grateful to the court. They swiftly decided in our favor. The evidence showed the Activision Blizzard deal is good for the industry. The FTC's claims about console switching, multi-game subscription services, and cloud don't reflect the realities of the gaming market." And he's right. Most of these people who've been criticizing the acquisition and saying things
JJNS,
don't even
Phil is dying
understand
on
what they're
stream.
talking about. They say things like, "Oh,
That's
you know,
every stream.
because of cloud gaming, Microsoft
Look at
would
that.
have a
I've never
monopoly on
noticed that
this or
gay-ass
or this."
little ribbon
They're like,
that
what are you
Jasper's
talking
wearing.
about? Like, no.
What the fuck
there's
is
nothing to
that?
do with it. Like, he's like, you don't even understand what cloud gaming is? To say something like that? Like, how could you
Has
even
he
say
always
that? It
worn
doesn't
that?
make any logical sense. Like, they actually were
Maybe
saying
he's just
things
never
such
been
as,
this close
"Oh,
to the
anyone who's a
camera. I've just never
subscriber
noticed it."
to Xbox Game Pass is automatically fully using the cloud capabilities, and that's why, you know, Microsoft would have a monopoly.
the
on it."
collar
It's like,
makes them
it's not
more
true
look
at
more
all.
like a
I have Game
Jacqueline
Pass,
than a
I'm not using
Jasper.
the cloud. I think the only thing I use the cloud for is to do backup game
That's
saves.
new?
That's it. I'm not doing any gaming on
Nice
the
to
cloud
know
or
I'm not
anything.
completely
So
blind.
Their whole logical arguments were wrong. They were all just
Hey, Brian.
completely invalid. Okay, so basically, it's
Nah, that
be
ain't
careful.
a Tucker bow tie.
There you go. Basically,
That's cope.
it's
That's
good
the
news for
cope when
Microsoft.
people call them out on
obviously,
it.
right? Like this is obviously really good news. For
No,
them.
it's not a
This is
female
exactly
cat
the
bow tie, you
ruling
motherfucker.
that they were looking for. But it's not the end of the road.
This is good for
There's
Phil
still
because it
things
means,
that, like I said, there's other legal
Call of
things
Duty is
in
on
a,
Game
in a way,
Pass.
but this was a major step in a good
Major
direction for
W.
Microsoft.
Another $70
and,
saved.
You know, now they're looking. They're saying, "Oh, hopefully this will now streamline our acquisition." But I don't know. I guess we'll see. But that's really it. That's it for game news today, guys. That's really covers it. So now
The
what I'd
game
like
news
to
was
do
him reading a
is talk
headline
a little
and
bit
then
about
like
my React channel,
talking
DSP
about
React,
the first
and here's
paragraph
why.
of said headline that he
So
read.
Arkham has made a couple of YouTube shorts for the
We
channel.
don't ask the chat what
Arkham
their
is looking
thoughts
for
on the
guidance,
acquisition
because
is. We
Arkham
don't
wants to make
talk about
more,
the case
but
at
Arkham is
all. We
curious,
don't
what is it that
actually
you guys
analyze
would like to
anything.
see
We just
for YouTube
mention
Shorts
the
first or
headline and then we
more
talk
on
about
DSP
maybe
React?
how this is
'Cause
going
as you
to
know, DSP
affect
React
something.
covers quite a lot of
And maybe
topics.
one
It covers
passage.
my
And there you
daily,
go,
or
that's
excuse me,
gaming
my
news.
weekly show, DSP versus the Internet, where I react to clips from all over the Internet. We could do some YouTube Shorts based on that. It also covers my long-standing legacy-style content. You know what I'm saying? Like retrospective style content from back in the day, me watching my old stuff and commenting on it and stuff like that. You've already seen some of that. Like I watched
Fuck the
my old review of the
retrospectives, man.
Wendy's salad and chili, and that was a fun
Oh,
short that I
I
put up
remember
that
watching
people
that
really
live.
liked.
That was completely
Or
worthless.
we could actually go back and do like clips from the old DSP Tries It episodes. So it's not necessarily retrospective stuff, but it's like the original DSP Tries It episodes and stuff like that. So there's options. There's different options. So because Arkham is curious about what you guys want to see for a short, and he's willing to make some.
I'm curious
we're
why
gonna put up a
Arkham is
poll
keeping
right
up
now
this
on
stupid
DSP
lark.
Reacts. Flash poll of the
Oh,
below.
my lord.
Which kind of YouTube shorts would you like to see most made from the content here on DSP Reacts? Please let your voice be heard.
I would like a short
and
that has you on a stool
good luck.
and you kick the
So,
stool.
first option would be
That would be my preferred short.
highlights.
Like, what kind
from
of question is
DSP
this? I want
versus
good shorts.
the
I want funny
internet.
shorts.
Clips show.
I want shorts that are comfy and easy to wear.
Second
Gag,
option
gag,
would
gag.
be highlights from DSP Tries It Legacy episodes. And the third would be highlights from older content over the years, right? Because there's tons of content on that channel from over the years that could easily be highlighted in YouTube Shorts. But would you prefer to see the DSP Tries It style stuff, other kinds of retrospective stuff, or stuff from newer stuff like the Clip Show? So let's go ahead and post that poll out. That's for everyone. It's a public poll. So now you guys got 2 polls to vote on. What is it you want to see soon here on DSP Gaming for late night streams? And what kind of YouTube Shorts do you want to see over on DSP Reacts?
Why can't we never do a fucking channel poll, like, while the stream is running?
Okay? So please vote.
You know, while there are actually live people to vote on it.
All eyes and ears will be on these polls.
I want stuff from newer stuff.
All right. All right, guys, let's get the shout-outs. We start off today with Elliot Ness, who did a super chat and insulted myself in the podcast. Thank you, Elliot Ness, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Enjoy your permanent ban. Continuing on, we have some tips to shout out
today. Bye-bye. See you later, idiot.
Excuse me. Oh, man. Hold on a second here.
Wait, he muted for me. What? He never does this. I was gonna mute him, and then he... Oh, well, he ruined it. Oh, my God. You can't even give him an inch. I'm like, oh, my God, he actually muted for once. Oh, no.
Sorry, I had to clear my throat. I had like a frog in there. I had to clear it up a little bit. Okay. So...
I hope you choke on that, Fraga.
Let's do some shout-outs for tips, shall we? We start with a $5 tip.
You give him an inch and he demands $30. I'm opening that Velcro wallet right now.
He says, oh, this is interesting. Okay, listen to this. You can. I'm a first-time tipper, and he's going to give me some tips on the World Tour mode of Street Fighter 6 tonight. Well, thank you, Vincent. I would love those.
Kill yourself
the first
in
time I'm really
Minecraft.
sitting down to play it in a major way.
And then log off.
Let's get him on the leaderboard, first of all.
Permanently. One thing I hate about his animations, and I've said it before, why do all of his animations say thanks for the tip? This kind of just goes without saying. In my mind, in my eye, in the back of my head, back of my neck, why do we have to? It's like redundant.
Items that you can give them.
And every fucking animation does it. Even the new ones they submit to him. I wonder if that's like a guideline. If you submit an animation to him, you have to put thanks for your support. Why? Why?
Isn't that supposed to be Resident Evil 8? It is, isn't it? It's supposed to be
like
Resident Evil.
You even get the verbal thank you.
They're sold
Why does it have to be an animation?
Where DJ is located. Oh, we didn't even find DJ yet. Interesting. So if we didn't get DJ yet, then maybe we can't do that yet. You know, we've almost maximized Luke.
For World
I'm almost
How disastrous.
We almost maximized him even without giving him
It's not
stuff,
enough to just have one game cooker for a game. You gotta have multiple game cookers for multiple modes within the game.
But we did give him a few items already. So I think we're right there, but thanks, that's interesting. So basically give him the video games is what you're saying. They're calling it Red Elevator 8, but it's supposed to be like RE8, get it? Like Resident Evil 8.
Oh my, yeah, whatever. They didn't call it Resident Evil 8,
cool.
They called
Thank
it
you
Village.
For that advice, and we'll try to apply that tonight.
Very hilarious.
Like, I think we can maybe even maximize Luke tonight.
Publisher references other game they make.
In-game outfit, which is pretty cool that we can use that in the entirety of the game, so. Okay.
He's literally soy pointing.
Continuing
oh my god, it's thing I recognize. Cool.
Snow Carl tipped me $1, so I think you should refrain from doing too much Street Fighter. It alienates your core audience.
I think you should
stop. It's a niche
stop
thing, and fighting games aren't very popular
Snow
anymore.
Carl.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
I think you should
Most
end
of your fans want variation. Thanks. And I want to bring you guys variation. I want you guys to understand.
Or was the fanfare for that Snow Carl tip? Is that even the real Snow Carl? Who knows? Who cares?
World Tour mode is literally not competitive Street Fighter 6. It's completely different. It's not even the same gameplay. It's a completely different game. It's like playing Yakuza. So it really does feel like a different game. However, I hear you. We don't want every stream to be Street Fighter. So, like I said, if we want to
even then, I was more of a bunker in there. Guy.
You know, I'm okay with that. Another thing that we could consider.
Oh, more feedback. You gotta give him more feedback.
Doing the return of Elden Ring, which is something that I've wanted to bring back now.
Holy shit!
And
someone
we could have that come back at some point sooner rather than later. It doesn't have to be this next week, but bringing back Elden Ring and trying to finish up that playthrough with the hardest content in the game with my magic build. That's a possibility.
You care if it's the real Snow Carl?
Okay.
I do too.
Thank you, Snow Carl. We got another.
So he knows that I said to his face to kill himself.
Let's see here. I got a dollar tip. Someone says, if you say you like Tears of the Kingdom, I can't dispute that.
Hey, Manolo.
I'm just of the opinion that if you liked less than half of the content in the game, you didn't really like the game. No, I liked the main content of the game that was meant to be the main focus. I didn't like the stuff that was all completely superfluous to the purpose of the game. The purpose of Tears of the Kingdom is to save the kingdom from Ganon. And everything I did in the game led to that. Doing the geoglyphs, the cutscenes that gave the backstory.
I hate this objective
Zelda
shit. Like, that's objectively what you have to do to beat the game. Yeah, in Pac-Man, the goal is to objectively eat all the dots. But I think what most people care about is subjectively. Subjectively, the goal in Pac-Man,
the stuff that
like any other game, is to have fun.
Completely extra from that you can easily skip. And as I showed in my
so
own
what's
playthrough,
the subjective goal in Zelda?
Didn't hinder my enjoyment or beating of the game. Unlike everything that I heard, all I heard the playthrough was
probably not to beeline to every fucking major point of the game to beat it as soon as possible.
You're gonna complain and say the game sucks. Well, guess what? I got to the end. I didn't have
a hard time.
You still complained
anyway.
The game doesn't suck. You were wrong. You just wanted me to play it the way you wanted because you have this weird notion in your head. You must be some kind of a completionist gamer
I'm mentally
to enjoy a
ill.
Nintendo game. Wrong.
Well, I am a completionist gamer. I must have something wrong with me. I gotta go check myself in. I gotta commit myself.
Hate to tell you, even though you may say things, it's because you have things in your own mind.
Hey, what's up, O?
Take your notions out of your mind. Listen to what I'm telling you. I liked the game.
I don't know why do we gotta tiptoe around calling them mentally ill?
For that.
Because we're afraid Twitter's gonna clip something. Fuck Twitter. You said fuck TikTok. Just go the extra mile. Fuck all these idiots.
Because I easily went through the game without it. Didn't add anything. Didn't miss out on nothing. Still played the game and liked it. You got to deal with it. Sorry if you can't. If that crushes your reality.
We need to hear him call his own haters dented. That's the next
step. The game must
step.
be experienced for it to be a good playthrough.
He wants to do it, but he knows he's gonna curtail controversy if he does.
To try to justify the 100
Oh my god, he called people mentally ill. That's so degrading.
It wasn't like that for me.
No, it's not degrading. I legitimately, for real, believe that there's something wrong with them.
JDTV has tipped me $1. What's going on, JDTV? Thanks for the support today.
Man.
It's good to have you here. And by the way, I want to say, once again, thank you. He did send me that information a week or two ago about an improvement to my streams called the Devum Pixu or whatever.
The what and the who?
I have no money for it right now. I was actually considering doing something like that. And what this is, it's just a device you can put behind you. And it's programmable, and you can put pixel art on it. You can have like logos, you can have all kinds of stuff on it. I thought, that'd be really cool for the streams. I was looking into it.
Why did he even say that?
And then what happens? Well, you know, my fucking
the dishwasher
processor has to break.
I
said food processor. It's food disposal or garbage disposal. Among other things, like, can't do anything with that right now. Okay, I'll look into it eventually if I can get it. Something I would like to do to maybe improve the streams. We'll see. All right, anyway. So, he says, what's up, Phil? I hope you're doing great. Honestly, I feel it's totally fine to put more focus on Street Fighter 6, knowing that especially you enjoy the game so much, since the Street Fighter franchise is what you're most known for. I love the idea of seeing World Tour mode, custom lobbies, and the ranked multiplayer.
I still can't get over the garbage disposal shit.
You shouldn't add too many other games to your list,
I'm still trying to process what manually composting means.
No, I agree. The whole problem was, I was either playing competitive Street Fighter, or I was playing 3 RPGs. There was no variety, right? It was RPGs, if you like them, watch them. Street Fighter, if you like it, watch it. Well, what if I only like one of those? Or what if I don't like either of those? Well, you're boned, right? I want to get...
I'm always boned.
Right? What if you like late-night chill streams?
Or the platformers,
then the World Tour mode in Street Fighter 6 should be up your alley. It's going to be us interacting, talking, while I explore
Zelda
this
was
world.
supposed to be interactive. You said so
That's
yesterday.
Nice
you said,
right?
sorry to Jade.
What if you want?
You specifically apologized to Jade because he couldn't answer his retarded questions yesterday.
If we do viewer lobbies, that'll work. What if you just want a whole different genre of gaming? You want to see survival horror? Hey, Amnesia will work. That's what I mean. That's why I want to get your feedback on this. I hope you guys will vote in that poll, okay?
Can't afford a $50 device. What is this?
All right. I received $1 tip from Carliga. Says, breaking news, this just happened. The UK regulatory body CMA suspended the case versus Microsoft's acquisition and is ready to negotiate concessions to make the deal. It's practically over.
Unless this gives him Call of Duty for free, he doesn't care.
Game Pass is going to increase in value tenfold.
I like that Yoshi in the
starting Monday, every single Blizzard game will be on Game Pass, including World of Warcraft, including
playing that.
Warcraft 3 and all its expansions.
He ain't
including
playing that.
all the Diablo games.
He ain't
including
playing that.
Overwatch. Who fucking cares about that? It's already free.
Okay,
and no one
so
plays.
he's definitely not
Obviously,
playing that.
I'm making all that up. But, I wonder.
Thank you for sending me.
I wonder
sending
what'll
it to
happen.
me
If it does go through, that'd be cool. And then we'll see how this is going to affect stuff.
Much
'cause,
smaller than
there
I
will
thought it
be
would be.
changes, for sure. What will they
Hey,
be? We
it's
don't know.
it's a bargain. You're telling me he doesn't have $50 to waste? I thought he wasn't destitute. He had
find
money
out.
to fix the garbage
Alright, let's continue
disposal,
on.
but we don't have money for whatever this is. He has Prime. I know it's Prime Day.
I got a dollar tip from Snowcrawl. Says it seems like recently a lot of people just try to put words in your mouth, like saying you dislike
Yeah.
the game when you said the
Like
opposite, or trying to
Snowcarl.
misrepresent your views. Why do you think this is, and how can you prevent it from happening? I can't, because YouTube allows people to do whatever they want and say whatever
Right.
they want with absolutely
good
no
on Prime Day,
justification.
dingus? I don't
Whatever.
have Prime
You
anymore.
know, like all these years that people say things about me that cannot be factually proven because they're not factually true.
I probably
because
should get
they
it back,
present
actually.
27 cases of circumstantial evidence that have all been fabricated. It must be true.
A couple things
so
I've
just
been
keep
meaning
saying
to
it
get,
about
like
Phil, right?
this pie in the sky
Take
shit, but
everything
I want a new
said
chair and a
about
new desk.
Zelda out of context and say, "Oh, Phil said all this and he hates Zelda." Well, no. Did I say all this? If you directly quote something I've said, yes, I've said it. But did I ever say I hate Zelda? No, not once. So how can you say that? But YouTube allows it. And people say, "Oh, that's free speech." No, it's not. There's a difference between free speech and defamation or slander. Free speech would be you have the right to criticize. You have the right to say facts. You don't have the right to literally make shit
Free speech
up
means
about
Uncle
someone
Sam
that's
can't step
considered
on you and
harmful
prevent
to
you
them.
from saying
That's
something,
illegal.
man.
It always has been. But people get away with it all the time
Big Natty.
because there's no regulation on YouTube. You can do and say whatever you want, and no one holds you to task for it. YouTube doesn't
You liking
care
this crash course
unless
in
it's, like,
social
harmful
studies?
to children or something like that. They won't ever take action. They say just go sue them then, right? So they will always do this because why? Because there is profit and there is popularity in making fun of Darkside Phil. I've been the whipping boy of the internet ever since.
Yeah, and
This
we're
Is How
all
You Don't
just
Play
making
started,
money from it.
and it's
It's
never
a
ended.
banger
It's just
empire.
exacerbated and gotten worse, and there's nothing I can really do about it unless I completely retreat from the internet and decide that I will never make
Man's the
content on the internet
Godfather,
ever again,
and I'm the
I don't give anyone
consigliere.
else anything new to
And,
work with. That's probably the only way to end
Cat's
it.
the
But
horse
thing
that
is, I
gets
love what I do.
decapitated
I
and
love
sent to that guy's
gaming.
house at the start of the
I
movie.
love content creation. I love interacting with you guys every day. I have passion for it. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here every day doing it. I would have given up a long time ago. All right? So I'm not going to give up on it. I'm going to continue to do what I feel is meaningful.
Free speech means
You
I can
guys
say
tell me it's
Dingus
meaningful
steals and
every day,
emulates all
so
the
I'll
Switch
keep at
games.
it.
The Switch
And
is
I will
secretly
ignore
a
the white
Piper's
noise nonsense.
Yeah,
All
you're
I
allowed
can
to
do is
say
urge
that.
people to check
It's
out the content for
wrong,
themselves rather
though.
than listen to what everyone else says about it.
And free
Why
speech
is it that
means,
there's so many? I'm
no
not even
one has
kidding
to believe you,
hundreds
trash
to
man.
thousands of people on this internet,
That's the magic
on
of
YouTube
it.
particularly, who've all repeated negative memes about me. But then when you come to the streams and you watch, you're like, well, wait a minute, the meme's not true. You're right. But I can't stop the meme. That's just the nature of the business, right?
The business.
And I'm sadly one of the people who's most
The
negatively
business.
affected by it, and there's nothing I can really do. Okay?
Such
So,
passion, such spirit
Ignore it. That's what some people are like, well, why don't
Such
you
a
do
love
something
for
about
gaming.
it? I can't. What could I do?
from a guy
Get a
who
lawyer,
only
try to
ever
sue
does the
people for
main
5
story.
fucking
What he
years and have a
needs
long,
to do to
drawn-out
beat
legal
the
battle
game.
that will go nowhere and probably not even result in anything meaningful. Like, what's the
Meaningful.
point?
Cha-ching.
Or I could just sit here and be
Anything
positive
for
and make
this.
more content every day. Continue
I don't
to be
have the
me,
hand cam.
continue to be real with
But
my
I'm
audience,
rubbing
and
my
just have a good
fingers.
time. Right?
Anything for
That's what
this.
all I've ever wanted to do to begin with. I never became a sellout. I never became a shill. I never became someone who played the game. I don't do this just for money.
All Out 4?
A lot of people have issues
Mario
with
and
that.
Sonic at the
How
Olympic
could he turn
Games?
down $50,000?
Was that
I'm
other
not
one?
in this for money.
Extinction?
I'm in it for the love of
Damon
what I
Ex
do, for
Machina
passion, to be
Split
legitimate,
Pad Pro?
to feel like I'm putting out meaningful
What else?
stuff
I'm
for an
missing
audience
something.
that
Loot
wants that
Crate?
kind of content. That's
The
why
chair?
I'm still here. I wouldn't be here. I would have quit years ago. When the harassment
a
got so
sellout.
bad, I would have been out of here, man. But people don't get that because they can't see past their own world mindset, their own little, very short-sighted way that they
All
enjoy
this shit
their own
can't be
lives.
true,
They
right?
can't
It
understand
can't be
other
true
people
that
have
he's not a
bigger, better
sellout.
things to their
It can't
lives.
be
They
true
don't
that
get
he
it.
gets a
Well,
ton of
I don't care about those
sponsorships,
people.
but he
I
just
care about
doesn't,
you
like,
and me
he has
having a good
integrity,
time
so he
on
doesn't
stream,
accept
so
them.
I'll just keep going.
It can't be true that he actually doesn't get sponsorships because of the trolls
received
emailing all the
$8
sponsors.
tip.
Like, objectively, this all cannot be true, sir. I'm not in this for the money, guys.
Not even making a point. If I personally felt a game was bloated and filled with boring, meaningless tedium, I wouldn't say I liked it. but I didn't do the tedious stuff. I did the good stuff, and the good stuff's good, so I like it. How is this so hard to understand?
How do you know the content that you didn't do is tedium?
Here's the meat of the game. It's really good. Here's all this extra stuff. You can do it if you want, but if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of extra time,
so how do you know it's tedium?
You don't have to do it. You can just focus on this stuff over here that's really good. So why wouldn't I think the game is good? What don't you understand? I mean, do you have any common sense in your fucking head? I don't know what else to say. Yes, I can like the game, even though I don't like the side
degree of
concept
separation away from him calling them mentally ill.
You know, I don't know what else to say.
What's up, GPM?
You got to mature up a little bit.
And they're autonomous.
Mature up! It's like to you, it's like, well, either you love it or you hate it. No, that's not reality. Reality is not black and white, yes and no, good and bad,
hey, the black
like
and white shit.
That's not life. The sooner you learn that, the more mature mindset you have, the better. Stop with this bullshit. It's like the mind of a child, the way that you're talking, okay? All right.
Act like a mentally sane adult living in 2023.
JDTV tipped me another $1. Says, no worries regarding the Davoom device. Take your time. I feel it'll definitely improve your setup. Obviously, you don't have to buy it now. You know, it's up to you. I have an idea regarding viewer lobbies. You do a viewer lobby tournament. Oh, see, I don't even know how that works.
Oh my god!
I have absolutely no idea how anything like that works.
Dale does in
tournaments or whatever. I know that
then you can rage quit before the second match even starts.
But I don't know how they work. I haven't given them a shot because, you know, for me, all this time it's either been competitive, ranked, or playing RPGs. There's been no time to do other stuff outside of that. And if I didn't play as much ranked as I did, I wouldn't even be as good as I am at the game right now. I'd be way behind. So I needed to play it the way I have so far. Now we're going to have some schedule freed up because I beat 2 of the RPGs. So now we can try to dabble in this other stuff. So I don't know how the tournaments work. If someone has ideas you want to share, let me know. I'd be open to suggestion. Okay? Okay. All right. Guys, we've got a few extra minutes here. If anyone would like to toss some questions my way for a little bit of Q&A,
Ziggy is pretty
that'd be great. By the way, I will say this. Thank you to those who support my content. It would be great if you could support my streams
level 1
today,
business
whether
degree
it be a
owner.
like on the stream for engagement purposes.
Don't worry, it's chill on level 1. We love it here.
Perhaps a super chat or a super sticker.
I've got
maybe a membership or a gifted membership. We did sadly lose a bunch of members over the course of the last 1 to 2 weeks. It'd be great to build up the member numbers on the channel again. That helps tremendously, so please consider
the more
becoming
members
a member
we have, the bigger
like
lobbies we'll have.
And of course, tips are also great. Thanks to anyone who tips, and we have those tiered rewards for those as well. Okay.
Tiered rewards of the kingdom.
Anzo Camaro says, I love Street Fighter 6, but World Tour mode, man, it's disappointing.
No, you only
it's
get one guy with 2
and
names.
dull.
Don't get
The
too
best part
cocky.
is seeing dialogue of characters that I care about.
I ain't trying to turn
Like
this
I
place
said,
into
the
Kumite.
World Tour mode for me would be like a late night chill stream. Like, let's be honest, Diablo 4. Can we really be honest about this game? Is it good? Yeah, it's fun. It's you know, it's a chill stream style game. Is the story
cool,
anything
Ziggy.
to write home about?
I've been liking the lore digging
Is the
you've been
gameplay
doing.
anything to
You're
write
really
home
going
about?
all in there.
It's
A lot of stuff
right? If you get
I either
hooked on
didn't
the
know too
gameplay
much
and
about
you
or
do
didn't know
post-game
about it
probably
all.
it's better, but
about the
really
that
it's
shit
just
now,
kind of
thanks
one of
to
those
you.
games. It just kind of
Pretty cool.
happens and you talk with people when you play it, and you know, that's kind of how it was. It was a vibe game for me, and that's kind of how I knew it was going to be. So I feel like World Tour mode in Street Fighter 6 will be more of that. It's something that we're doing while we're interacting and chilling. It's cool because we'll have some combat. There'll be some funny moments. We'll be getting stuff in-game that we can use in the other modes, like outfits and the like. So it's not a waste of time. It's just a time sink to get other stuff, but we also get to hang out. The
problem with Diablo was that it was too fucking loud.
You're just sitting around playing it by yourself.
It was impossible to chill with a game that loud.
Seriously, if you're just sitting around playing it by yourself, it's probably boring as dirt. But the fact that I will have a audience to interact with and have fun with, I think it's going to be a better experience. Okay? I received a $5 tip.
Sheesh. Ba-bum-ba. It's a troll
Okay,
tip.
so this is also, I believe, from Vincent. So he's following up with more information. He says in the Bather's Beach, you can buy 20 times character items. So, for example, they have Beaujolais for Minot, jelly eels for Cammy, celery chips for Lily, antique playing cards for JP, knockoff Blanca-chan dolls for Blanca. Why would you give Blanca knockoff dolls?
Why do we need $5 to send a book report if he already thinks you're cool?
He should be pissed.
Send him $1, give him 60 cents, and he'll still read your book report.
The heart of love for Kimberly. I guess it's supposed to be music.
That's why I say he should raise the minimum to $5. Fuck it. If they'll pay $1, they'll pay $5. If they'll pay
There's all kinds of
$5, they'll probably
items.
pay $10.
A wrench for Juri Dalsim, a wooden bear for Zangief, cold tomato soup for Marisa.
Do I have anything to
Cold
work
tomato
with?
soup, that's her item. Why would you want room temperature beer?
Yeah, you would know.
Asim, a cookbook for
Hey, Luna.
A cookbook for Ken.
Are we still going?
Noodles for Ryu, and that's it. Sorry for the
Okay.
text wall. No, it's all good. That's interesting. So each character individually has their own kind of unique item
We're still
that
reading.
and you give it to them, they level up. Got it. So
Got
you
it.
can level up the characters
Thanks for the
either
$5.
by going through and using their special moves in combat, which is a slow build, slow grind kind of thing, or you can use your in-game currency that you earn to buy those items, and that'll level them up at an advanced rate. Gotcha. Okay. And I think we were doing it. Like I said, I think we had found a few video games, and we had actually
He
given
just
them to
copied that
Luke,
from
and
the
that's why
wiki.
he's almost
Yeah, I imagine
maxed
that's what
right
they
now.
all do. I think that was
Interesting.
organically typed up.
I'm a little
Oh, no.
questionable about some of those items and how they apply to the characters, but I guess it doesn't really matter in the scheme of
Questionable.
things.
It's a
right?
funny
It's not that big
side
of a deal.
thing.
Doesn't need to canonically make sense.
Why did they give Mario spaghetti? I'm questioning this a
When
little
am I
bit.
watching the Mario Brothers movie? I already did. I'm reviewing it tonight
Whoa!
on DSP Reacts.
Oh my
If you wanna see
god!
the Super Mario
Oh my
Brothers
god!
movie
I know
review
what I gotta watch
from me,
tonight.
It goes live on DSP Reacts after my late stream tonight. I'll film it and upload it. There you go. You've been wanting it for months. You're gonna get it. Unbiased
2
fan.
months late after nobody gives
Do
a
you
fuck.
agree with Justin Wong? Street Fighter 6 is the most balanced
came out
fighting
back in
game on
April.
launch, and no character needs a nerf or buff. You know, let me put it this way. All right.
I still haven't watched.
I'm from the
Mario
day of
movie.
arcades. So's Justin, by the way. We're from the days of arcades. In the
Oh,
days
yeah.
of arcades, there were no nerfs or buffs. It was you're playing the game and that's that. It was very rare.
Why does he-
that an
why
arcade
doesn't
game
he
would
have
get
any good
kind of an
things to say
update
about you?
That would rebalance the game. Okay. Like look at
Like
Marvel
the
vs.
best of
Capcom
pals,
2.
you guys were hanging
80%
out.
of the cast is completely
So just like
unplayable
with
at a
T.
competitive level, but the game is
Side
still
by
one of the best
side on the
fighting games of all
arcade
time.
cabinets.
You see, you didn't need everything to be rebalanced.
He'd
What
give
you
you
needed is
rides.
people to sit down
He would
and
give
be
you
able to learn
rides
the
from
game
home
and find
from the
ways
arcade.
to learn
He'll take you
certain
home,
tech,
so
to
you wouldn't
beat
get shot
certain
by gang
things.
members
You might
or
have a
whatever.
character. In the case of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, in the 90s and
Don't
even
worry,
the first
Spanky
half
Joe,
of the
we're in Q&A.
2000s, everyone just across the world believed that T-Hawk was the worst character in the game.
Because
Then
they were
what happened?
racist.
People discovered tech for T-Hawk, and now T-Hawk is considered upper mid to top tier because he has these setups he can do, tick throw setups that are unavoidable for most of the cast. He just gets them and wins. Okay? Now it takes a ton of execution to do them, but they're insanely godlike. So that's the thing about these old games that never got rebalanced.
Can you just
or
not
changed.
say shit like
Since
godlike?
they stayed the same for so long, people were able to learn this tech and learn ways around stuff. I mean, Sagat.
This is in
everyone says
2010. I
old
don't want to
Sagat,
hear
Super Turbo,
godlike.
is
I don't want to
ridiculously
hear
overpowered.
beast mode.
But he's
What's
not
he gonna
hands
say
down
next?
the best
Like a
character who
boss?
gets beaten in tournaments. Why? Because people took the
Get outta
time to
here.
learn the tech to beat him. Now, what if
Speak like an
Super
adult,
Turbo came
idiot.
out and within 6 months of the game, oh man, T-Hawk's way too weak and Sagat's too strong. We're gonna lose Super Turbo V2 or Super Turbo Arcade Edition or Super Turbo Champion Edition, and we're gonna rebalance. And now T-Hawk has 2 new special moves that are much better, and Sagat's way worse. He's slower. His uppercut does crappy damage. Has low priority. You see, that's kind of what happens with modern fighting games. You get people who just
He
commonly
plays
kind of
Sagat.
complain about stuff,
Well, I think he's a Fagot.
and because of that, they force changes that the developer feels pressured to do. And so then the developer will
Hey, what's up, Roderick?
rebalance the game within 4
What
or
game is
5
he playing
months.
on Wednesday?
And now,
You
wait
can
a
vote
minute,
for
I just
it.
played the game for 5 months.
Hey,
I
Rocket Man.
finally learned it at a high level. Now you're changing it? Why'd you do that? Right? So here's the thing.
Here, you can get the
Right
Roderick
now,
scam vote
what are
in.
my personal opinions of the things that I've done in Street Fighter 6? I feel Zangief is underpowered.
Vote
and
Dent
should
Lobby.
be improved in a couple various
is the
ways.
only
It's gonna
funny
be,
option.
Jasper.
What? The fuck did he
just
do?
scratched the shit out of my leg with his claws. Jasper.
Hit the rewind on
There
that.
are ways around
No,
a lot
wait!
of the
I hit live.
force changes that the developer feels
Needed
pressured
when you
to
see
do.
that in the moment.
And so then the
Pablo, rewind.
developer will rebalance the game within 4 or 5 months. And now, wait a minute. I just played the game for 5 months. I've finally learned it at a high level. Now you're changing it? Why'd you do that? Opinions improved in
Jasper, where you at?
ways if he's going to be,
Okay, here you-
Jasper. And should be improved in a couple various ways if he's going to be, Jasper.
I feel like that could get clipped. Like, either there's stuff to work with there. Oh, Jasper! Oh my god!
Improved
more
in a
time.
couple various ways if he's going to be, Oh, Jasper.
Oh, Jasper. Oh, fucking shit.
He just scratched the shit out of my leg with his claws. Jasper, why'd you do that?
Sounds like we needed to declaw him again.
Yeah. God damn it, Jasper.
Look at that strip. Look at that landing strip.
I gotta go disinfect because he just cut my leg.
Are you kidding
And
me?
it's probably gonna start bleeding any second, so I might as well go disinfect it now. All
Oh
right, I'll mute the
my
mic. I'll be
God.
right back.
Well, he's muted. Oh, look at it. Let's look at him. He's wearing shorts. Oh my God. I think I actually would prefer the Zelda jammies today. All right. When does he come back? I got the skip juice. I got the skip going.
I disinfect. Thought my didn't go.
All right, let's see him come back. Look at him go. All right, guys, I'm back.
Crisis averted. It's not that big of a deal. It didn't go that deep, so don't worry. I'm not gushing blood. Not like, remember a few months ago? I still have big scars on my arm from when he jumped on the chair.
Yeah, that was the goated scratch.
And thought my arm was the chair and dug his claws deep in. I still got 3 or 4, you know, like slash
I love the
scars on my
sidewall,
arm
Ziggy.
from when he did that.
It's such a small ass
but
room.
This ain't that bad. It's just a
We
scratch.
talked
with
about
a
putting
little bit
more
of,
shit up, like
you know,
a
blood, but
pixel
it's
thing,
not a big
whatever.
deal. I disinfected it. It should be fine. Sorry about that. Obviously, didn't interrupt the podcast there.
Is this The
What were we
Office,
even
or is this
talking
an
about?
episode of Hoarders?
What was I speaking of when I got into? I literally have no recollection of what I was talking about. I've lost entire train of thought. What was the discussion?
We were talking about drinking
amputations.
bleach.
Oh, amputations are becoming a lot more sanitary. Wait, we weren't talking about amputations. What are you talking about? What were we talking about?
Can we amputate every limb on you?
Oh, we were talking about Street Fighter 6 and the fact, is it the most balanced game ever at launch, and should it be rebalanced? And I guess someone had said Justin Wong is saying it's the most balanced fighting game ever at launch, and it doesn't need any nerfs or buffs. Here's the thing.
Here's the deal.
I can see from 2 different perspectives. From a modern gamer's perspective, I do feel Ken is ridiculously overpowered. I think of all the characters, he's just ridiculous. Like, why does he have all these advantages
modern
and no
fighter
disadvantages?
perspective.
Why
What's the classic
can I
fighter
perfect parry
perspective?
Ken, but he can mash
I don't play
Dragon
these
Punch and
fucking
beat
games,
me
man.
for my own counter hit that's supposed to punish his move for being perfect parry? Why does he have 5 zillion different mix-up setups that are all safe, and he has all these advantages while everyone else has to take risks to get a reward? He has no risk at all.
Why does he
right?
only hate the white
He's an easy mode
characters?
character, and people can play him online with a pattern and win a lot
Luke and Ken
because he has
is
so
very
many options
suspicious.
and everything's in his favor. Does that mean you should nerf Ken? Or does that mean that we have to just figure out
He's got
ways
that white
around,
guilt dog in
right?
him.
Like, I think there are ways around a lot of the things Ken does, but they're character specific. Meaning it's not really based on Ken, it's based on who you're using. You know, maybe your character has a way to beat his stupid floaty kick and blow through it with your drive impact or something like that, but you need to
Drive
know
impact,
that
drive impact, drive
in
impact,
order
drive
to do
impact.
it.
It's called drive impact, and it's for
And you need to
fucking
practice with your character to
scrubs.
learn it, right? Is it fair that there's people out there who literally have picked Ken since the game came out, learned a pattern, and are probably at like diamond level with Ken right now? Probably not, because everyone else has to have a harder time. You know, try getting a diamond
Yeah,
character.
meanwhile,
level
you can just
Lily
pick
or
Blanca.
frickin',
You can
know,
pick Blanca
Dhalsim
and get to
God.
diamond
You know,
just
working
'cause you're
your ass
Blanca.
off.
It'd be like
Ken,
that sometimes.
Mash one combo, mash one pattern, uppercut, mash one combo, uppercut. Stupid, easy mode shit. But does that mean that the whole game should be rebalanced? Again, I see both sides of the coin, because some people would
It's
say
not all
yes,
black and white,
others
man.
would be like, nah, I think just keep it as is. The longer you keep the game as is, the more potential people have to learn tech in the game to beat the overpowered stuff. Same thing like Zangief right now. Everyone's saying they think Zangief is pretty darn weak in this game. That he needs more tools, that he gets completely destroyed in the corner, can't really get out.
Doesn't he already have the most
Right?
HP?
And everything, I think that people thought originally Zangief was going to be one of his strongest iterations because Drive Rush, he'd rush right up in your face and grab you or do something, but it's really not. He's really weaker because everyone has these abilities to kind of do mid-range rush down. He really doesn't have great answers for it. Does that mean that Zangief should immediately be buffed and give it new special moves or better properties? I
no.
kind of feel like with these newer games, you got to give them time at a minimum. And I mean this, at a minimum, you should give them 6 months before you're rebalancing and tweaking the game. Let people play the game for half a year and determine truly what was unbeatable, but maybe you just haven't given it enough
doesn't matter
time
if
to
you
learn how
buff
to
this
beat
guy
it,
or
right?
nerf that
Maybe
guy,
yes, right
or
now I think Ken's overpowered.
shift the
I don't want them to
meta
immediately
whichever
change
which
the game.
way,
I
just
think
by
they
the
should
very
wait.
nature.
I think
There's
it's
always going to
bullshit
be a worse
I
character
rage
in these
when
games.
I fight an easy mode asshole
That's how it
online
is.
who's just fucking spamming a pad and
characters
beats my
just
ass.
suck.
Like, that's
There's nothing
stupid,
you
but
can do.
I think there's ways around it, and it
The
challenges
goated
you.
thing is making them work.
Okay. To try to get better at the game as well, by playing and learning strategies around stuff. So, I don't think that we should necessarily rush for patches and rush for rebalances. If, in
I
the
thought we're
long
supposed to
term,
demand for better.
it is determined by the entire competitive community that something does seem pretty unfair, unbalanced, then that's different. But I don't think that's... I mean, we're way too early on right now. No. Jasper, you're not crying on me now. You already hurt me once.
Get the fuck out of here, Jasper.
I think it's way too early to determine.
Why doesn't he
that.
just leave him to
You know,
wander
only a
around in
month
the
into
house?
A game and people are
Why
whining
does
they want
Kit
the game
need to
changed.
be
That's
there?
ridiculous. So...
Let him
Now,
explore.
is it the most
Let him be a
balanced
little
fighting
bit
game ever launched?
adventurous.
I don't know.
What kind of
To
dad is
be
this?
honest, I haven't really played fighting games competitively in so long. I couldn't even tell you if anything in the last 10 to 15 years was balanced at launch. You know, I can tell you this: Street Fighter 4 Vanilla was not. Absolutely, there were characters like original Sagat or old Sagat, or not old, Vanilla Sagat, that were way overpowered and had too many advantages, and then they changed that with later iterations. But I haven't been following competitive fighting games in a while. I can't definitively answer the question because I'm not in it. Justin, that's his thing. That's all he does. He plays fucking fighting games. So he would know way more than me. I would trust his opinion 10 times out of 10. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Oh my god.
We just end it, man. It's 2:40. It is 2:40. The game. Just say you
Another
don't want to
person
play
still
this
talking
shit.
about Tears of the Kingdom. I thought we were past this. All right, this is the last thing I'm saying about Tears of the Kingdom. I am not telling you you can't like the game or call it good. I apologize if I came off that way. I'm saying that I determined
sounds
whether
like
a
it's
game
the
is
same
good
person,
differently
not
than
a
you.
different person.
That said, I do think that people tend to think you dislike games when you don't, because you tend to talk way more about what you dislike about a game than what you like about it when you're playing. And the majority of what people are hearing you say about a game...
Why does he whine that no one ever talks to him? Then you talk to him, you give him like a meaningful interaction and shit. This is the response you get. This is what you get when you try to have a conversation with him. When he complains that no one is talking to him.
Is negative criticism. I think it's understandable that they might think that you don't like the game. Well, I'd like to tell you this: that's not what happened, because when I actually played the game, if you listen to what
And you get felted. You get not only do you get speed read, you get the speed answer, and you're just not allowed to continue the conversation. Email them, bitch.
I was actually saying, I was saying a lot of the times that I was
You
really...
can't even apologize. Yeah, the dude said sorry. The dude knelt to him.
enjoying what I was doing, especially when I was exploring those glyphs or when I was actually doing the major dungeons.
I'm about...
Or when I was fighting any of the major
about 4
bosses.
minutes
The problem that
behind.
what got clipped or what was highlighted on the internet was my criticisms, and that's what people hear more because you go for the viral memes. And since you're going
So
for
he's
the
still
viral memes
over
and
time
taking things
for
out
this
of
fucking
context of the
show.
original playthrough rather than
Hey,
being into
Jesse.
the streams, you get to think that that's what I said more than other things that I actually said that were positive.
This Prestream sucks.
So the best way that you should approach things in life is to actually do a little bit of research before you make a judgment. And if you actually were here to watch my streams, you would know that I liked the
hello,
game more
hate
than I hated
army.
it, and that's the truth of the matter. So I don't care what anyone else says about what I liked or didn't like about the game.
Thoughts
I
on
have
this
my own
Prestream?
opinions, and those are
I
the
know you've been
truth, and
paying
I don't
attention.
care about what anyone else says. So you should listen to what the person says, take it from the horse's mouth, and not from whatever asshole does who's trying to make a meme on
Take it from the horse's mouth. We never get to see her.
Okay, thanks for the
Huh?
tip.
Drag her in so I can hear her say something for once. What a meaningful
All right, are we good?
conversation.
All right, guys, thank you for a fun podcast.
Thanks for nothing, bitch.
I hope you enjoyed the show.
Yeah, there were a lot of good clips.
And please vote.
You got some more Street Fighter whining.
opinions
You got
are
some
very
more.
important
What
to
are we
me.
gonna do on the
You
night
wanna see
stream?
World Tour
Schizophrenia.
of Street Fighter 6.
We got,
regularly hit
the
my content.
whole
You wanna see
Zelda
Unleash the
rant.
Bunker begin. You wanna
Preemptively
see
says he's not gonna go
Fan
on.
Lobby,
He's not gonna go
Street
on and
Fighter
on
6.
about it.
You
Proceeds to
wanna
go on
see,
and on about it.
clips and or
You can
shorts
clip the tipsy
on DSP
red.
React
The Snow
from
Carl
DSP versus the Internet.
situation.
Do you want to see highlights from previous DSP Trizits?
I always
Do
go
you
with
wanna
the good
see
free streams
more
are.
retroactive clips from older content? What do you want to see? I need to know. So please vote on those two polls. One on the community page of DSP Gaming, and one on the community page.
That's the
of
scam,
DSP
Hate Army.
Reacts.
The
And I thank
final
you all
rant
for
of
watching the Little One
2023.
podcast. I hope that you
Then
enjoyed
January
it.
rolls
I
around.
hope that some of you will stick
Alright,
around and watch me
guys.
play Final Fantasy
Welcome to
16, but if not,
DSP's
I
Top
hope you had a good
10
time. I'll see you all
most
tomorrow.
disappointing games of
Peace out.
2024. He brings back the radio voice. What the
Okay.
fuck? Can
Let's
we
get
no,
set up. I do have
switch
to
that
briefly use
shit.
the restroom before we begin. It will not be a long break. It'll be like a shorter break for me to use the restroom here.
I will continue until he says, hello everyone, and welcome back to part whatever of whatever game.
But let's
Final Fantasy.
We're back.
YouTube, hello? Mamma Mia?
I'll be right back, and then we'll start with Final Fantasy 16 for the day. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Thank you very much.
All right, how we doing? Live?
I wasn't going to come back and read the chat. You're harassed.
Hey, Carl. All right, here we go. We're like a couple seconds behind now.
All right, guys, enjoy your bands.
What?
Take care of a few of you guys here.
Get him out of
Get rid
here!
of this guy. Get rid of this guy. Anyone else want to get banned? I mean, you're violating the rules. You're harassing other chatters. I'm not stupid. You think just because I was pissing, I wasn't going to come back and read the chat?
Why doesn't he just bring his phone with him and read the
enjoyed.
chat while on the fucking can? Just ban people while on the can. Why not? Oh, the picture of him photoshopped in the ocean was a troll picture? Nah, it's well, that would have been the shot that closed out the stream where he played music over it.
The controller, it's over there.
No, it's actually bad. That's how you know it's not a trolling.
Okay, cool.
Stuff of nightmares.
Let's begin with Final Fantasy 16 for the day. I hope the game gets good today and we have some good stuff. I hope. Last time around we had some developments. We unlocked the Chocobo
Whoa, look at how
mount,
fast that game loaded
which
up.
was interesting. And
I want to give $30
we
just
learned
for
a little
that.
bit about basically Clive's mother.
That was right in my left ear.
Really
this dialogue.
hating on the
Nice recap.
the Branded and trying to kill them.
What is this, a telenovela?
Right? So basically, because of that, we've been trying to figure out what's going on. I think we're gonna try to stop her or whatever. And we actually met up
Whatever,
with what's his
right?
name?
Huh?
Forgot the guy's name. Wade from the earlier game. He was one of the bodyguards or whatever earlier in the game. And we did a mission with him, and that's where we adjourned. By the way, look what's just opened up, a new side quest with a plus on it. So we should do it.
I'm restreaming this
Hello,
whole
Juan
thing.
David
Fuck
Ortega.
no.
How's it going?
Hey, that guy's back.
All right, let's continue. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy 16. Last time around, we had a shortened stream, but today we're going to do a full 3-hour length stream for all of you, and see if we can get a little further into the game. What I can see right here is that we have a meaningful side
I'll give him
quest
5
that has
minutes.
just appeared, as you can
I'll
see
give
the
him
ones
5 minutes to
above
do
their
something
heads are
funny.
supposed to be the best ones. So let's see what August has to say.
Why not, Dinger? It's fun, dude. I got stuff to do.
Oh, am I glad to see you?
I gotta go get my free Slurpee. Red Animator just said. I gotta go get the free Slurpee.
He ain't himself.
Ew, Black Dawn.
And if I'm honest, he ain't been
It's
for a while.
7-Eleven day, man.
Normally it only takes a couple of drinks.
That's
to
my
perk him back
excuse.
up,
That's
but
my excuse to
not this
sashay out of
time.
here. I gotta go get my
Something's getting
Slurpee.
down. And whatever
Send this
it
to
is, he ain't
Fraga.
telling.
What Fraga
It's
stream?
like he's
There's
lost
not a
his spark,
Fraga
you know?
stream. Why do you
Barely
think
got
I'm
the fire in
here?
his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking, right,
Ew.
we both bent his ear because he respects you, innit?
In it.
So, what'd you say?
Yeah, Fraga's not live. Go check.
Respects you in it. All right, if you think
He was here earlier.
Blues.
Fine. If you think it will help.
I mean, come on. Fraga tends to take a day off that isn't Phil's day off. He's just
Open up when he's
inconsistent
ready.
about what day it is.
Alright.
He picks it. You know why? Because he makes his own
You'll
schedule.
only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the
I don't
forge.
have 1,000
Wait a
subs, so I
bit,
can't
then
redirect
head over
anyway.
when you're ready.
Hint, hint, hint.
Really?
I'm not hinting, I'm
Don
asking.
Fanucci says he thinks this side quest is pretty tough. Really? I wonder what the side quest is. Well, let's start it. Let's see what it is. If it's tough, it's tough. I mean, if it has the plus, it's worth doing, right? So everyone says
Don
with the
Fanucci
plus,
doesn't have a
you
crown,
do
so I
some
don't think we should
significant
listen to him.
thing as a reward, so it makes sense to do those. The
Yeah,
addition
didn't you guys
symbol.
hear? DSP said he had a Fraga in his throat. That's why Fraga's not live.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Okay, Blackthorn's depressed.
It's the night collab of the century. Is that tomorrow? Anne put out a schedule. It's gonna be tomorrow. The tracks might come out today, though.
1st August, and now you pair up too.
Ah, yes,
What's
Steve
it gonna do
promised
with me?
Mario Kart collab.
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now?
Duh.
I told
Wrong.
you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit?
Isn't
In
it?
it.
So bad about that.
Isn't it?
Talk to him. You never know.
He's
he
got
might
2
feel
minutes
bad
to do
for
something
getting it all
funny.
out in the open. Please, mate.
Not feeling good about this stinger, bros.
I'm worried about you.
Sure, shut you up.
That in it is a interesting dialect thing over in the UK.
Oh
right?
my
it's only
God.
certain regions that say that.
Marked
in
one
it.
moment.
And it wasn't it. I mean, you could correct me on this.
Hey,
Wasn't
Army,
it
you gotta
originally
clip this
supposed to
just
be,
for
like,
marked
it's
one.
an abbreviation for like, isn't it? Like what you're trying to do is try to confirm that what you're saying is
No,
true.
it actually means kill
but
yourself.
Then they started using it as a way to say, no, what
Nah,
I'm
you're
saying
wrong.
is true, right? I think I could be completely misunderstanding it, but I think that's how it's used in dialect.
Really? Stupid.
You already
Sort of
closed
thing you
OBS.
want people to
Why are you guys leaving me
didn't
with
tell us
the
all
only
the same.
person with OBS open? I'm being depressed over.
Okay, so what's going on?
Depression is
Sharon and
eating
I
at me.
have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to.
The Goots!
Interesting arms
Yeah, it's
and armor,
the
things like that.
British, right? Right. Correct.
The
Correct.
other day,
Yes,
she
that's
showed me
true.
a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that
Wow.
I'm not the craftsman I thought
A
I was.
superior piece of work has made him incredibly jealous and lose confidence in
happy?
himself. Wow.
You got what you came for. Now piss off.
One thing I've noticed when it comes to ever since the Yakuza gameplay, when it's like this game or Zelda, he'll do the see and speak commentary, but it'll be like in the upgraded version, like an it's a Digivolve. It's an upgraded evolution of see and speak commentary, where he actively recaps the story and what he just heard. I think to offset how people joke how he's always falling asleep and not paying attention to the story. So now he actively gets these real-time story recaps, just so you know for a fact that he's for real. He's really paying attention, guys.
All right, we're going.
All right, see you later, Carl. Wait, what did that guy say?
Now piss off.
All right, we're going.
You know what? That's a good segue. All right, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging around, at least for a little bit. That look, even the game, when the game wants you to go away, that's the sign. Thanks for hanging around. I don't think anybody's live, and even if they were live, I wouldn't be able to send you to them. Thanks for stopping by. Wait, this is the Twitch scene. All right, this is the real scene. Barely noticed any difference. Big ups. Thank you to the swollen ones who stopped by. Swollen ones who made it all the way to the end, like Assassin, Nurgle, Peaches, Shybot, Crashman, Piece of Peace, the guy, Brilliant, Manolo, Ziggy, Face Shot, Crashman, Big Matty D, Peaches again, Luna. Gonna go find this free Slurpee? Yeah, right. I gotta figure out how to get this Slurpee. Frosty Beats, Yellow Monkey, Hamilton. I'm not doing it if I need an app. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Arrows Anonymous, GPM, kinda sad. I don't like useless apps on my phone, you guys. Guy with two names. The guy with two names. Yellow Monkey. The guy, Rydrake. It's the Rye. Luna. Super Rocket Man. And anyone else? Like Ragnarok Aftershock. And Hate Army. And Juzzy. And Ann Lee. And Carl. Hi, Carl. Alright, we'll see you on the next one. I wish Fraga was live so I could link him if you want to see the gameplay. You got Rothville. You know where to go. I think Meerkat is live. Is Meerkat doing gameplay? I don't think he is, because Meerkat doesn't. Gameplay is not his forte. You got the Meerkat, then you got Rothville. We'll be live later on Twitch to play stupid games that nobody cares about. The Emperor's New Groove, Badoob. Wait, did Rothville go offline? Where is he? No! Did Rothville never boot? What? Rothville wasn't here the whole time? You can't even go to Rothville! Rolf Bill says, "Hi guys, sorry, having internet problems. If it resolves, I'll go live." It didn't go live. Oh well. There's nothing else then. Bye-bye.